What is up, hooligans? And happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you're over on Rumble, please hit that like button. More likes equals more hooligans. We're going to read through the schedule really quick, and then we will be checking on all the chats. So let me know how you hooligans are doing today. Then, of course, we'll be getting things started. We'll be starting out with this first video titled Erika Kirk shares update after Candace Owens meeting. This is a really the video's not that damn interesting, but the whole situation is because Candace Owens fans are huge conspiracy theorists right now, and so they think this meeting could have meant many different things, and I think that's funny. Then we got a video. It's titled Mass Shooting Suspect at Brown University is Still on the Run, releasing a new video of a different suspect. I don't know. This guy looks like some pudgy middle-aged man, so I don't know if that's the shooter or not, but they act like they're definitely sure that's the shooter. Then we got a video. It's titled BBC Responds to Trump's $10 billion hair lawsuit. We will be defending this case. I don't know what the defense is going to be for BBC. It's pretty obvious. They got the videos released side by side. It's obvious that they did it. Then we got a video. It's titled U.S. hits 3 more alleged drug boats in the Pacific, killing 8 terrorists. But, you know, the Democrats, they're not going to like that. Then we got our midlife break, our funny video halfway through. Today it was provided by Stoner, and it's titled Free Will. Then going back into the news, we got a video. It's titled FBI had doubts about probable cause for Mar-a-Lago raid, and emails show that. We got a couple of videos today where they're pretty much expressing that they haven't done stuff by the book, and there doesn't seem to be any consequences, and this is one of those videos. Then we got a video. It's titled Feds Say That They Foiled New Year's Eve Terror Plot Across Southern California. It's obviously a follow-up video to what we covered yesterday. There's some new details, but the biggest thing that I think the video offers is the mugshots of these Antifa meth heads that were out here planning this. The one guy, his eyeballs are like this big, and it's hilarious, and that's the real reason that landed on the schedule. Then we got a video. It's titled Day 3 of Milwaukee Judge Dugan Trial. Testimony continues. This is the judge that helped the illegals escape the courthouse. And I've been telling you guys that they're probably going to let this person go because the same exact situation happened in like 2018 or something like that. And they let that judge go. And this kind of sounds like that's what's going to happen here, but I don't know. They're trying to pretend it's a real court case, so we'll see how it goes. Then we got a video. This is the other video I'm talking about. It's titled Cooking the Books. Police chief resigns after being accused of cooking crime data in D.C., which they were already accused of that. They were saying that, remember when President Trump deployed the National Guard in D.C., they were saying, oh, no, D.C.'s at a 3-year low or something like that. Or maybe it was a 30-year low. Some crazy nonsense saying that D.C. was safe. Well, they investigated it, and they're like, no, you really were cooking these numbers. And I don't think there's going to be any consequences. And then for the last little bit of the news, thankfully it is lefties losing it. Today it's titled Chile Goes Right, Latin America Becomes Based. And then we're going to be getting into the fun stuff. We're going to be opening today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne. And we got our 2 funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Stoner, and it's titled Oh Baby Baby. And our official funny video of the day was provided by Who Through, and it's titled When Even the Cop Laughs. All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat and see how you hooligans are doing today. What is up, everyone over on jeffmaclive.com. What's up, 10 Man? What's up, Russell? What's up, Turbo? What's up, Matt Rogers? What's up, Obnoxious Scott? What's up, Get Some? What's up, Blue Review? And what's up, Snooks? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Appreciate all of you guys being on the website. And what is up, everyone over on Rumble? Otters, you were first today. Happy freedom to you, and I appreciate you racing in the chat, Otters. Let me see. Russell, you're omnipresent. Appreciate you. What's up, Colty? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Godspeed? Happy freedom to you. Matt Rogers, you are omnipresent. Appreciate you. What's up, Bright Gaming? What's up, Elder Zoomer? What's up, Roy? What's up, Keep It Salty? Happy freedom, you hooligans. What's up, Mr. Satan? What's up, Meg B? What's up, Stoner? Happy freedom. What's up, Cass? Happy freedom to you. Make sure we get everybody. What's up, Colty? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Kevin? Happy freedom to you. Let me see, scrolling through. I think we got everybody. Hit that like button. See if you can get us on the front page of Rumble. And what is up, everyone over on Kick? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Meta? Happy freedom. And what is up, everyone over on Twitch? Matt Rogers, you are truly omnipresent. And let me see. What is up, everyone over on the GoofTube? Russell, you were first over here. Truly omnipresent. Let me see. My fart. Happy freedom to you. You got to be Mr. Satan. What's up, Miss Shanti? Happy freedom to you. Matt Rogers, you're truly omnipresent. What's up, Damon Walker? Happy freedom to you. Corley, you're omnipresent. Appreciate you. What's up, Tim Mack? What's up, Saw Dog? And what's up, Joe? Happy freedom. You hooligans are welcome. Hit that like button over on the GoofTube as well. What is up, everyone over on X? Happy freedom to you. Let's go ahead and get into things. Like I said, this first one's Erika Kirk shares update after Candace Owens meeting. Now, I thought they were going to do like an interview kind of thing, and then they were going to release it. I guess that's not what they were doing. They were going to have a secret little meeting, and they didn't want to tell anybody about it. And now both of them are posting, and everybody's fans is making weird statements, and things are getting out of hand. And it's really entertaining. So go ahead and hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
Erika Kirk and podcaster Candace Owens meeting yesterday following weeks of public tensions over claims Owens made about Charlie Kirk's murder. Erika saying the two had a very productive meeting and that it's now time to get back to work. Owens reiterating that sentiment, confirming the two met for more than 4 hours on Monday. It's something that Erika says she's doing to protect those around her.
I want my team to have a peaceful Christmas. I'm not going to sit here and mudsling. Like I said earlier, I'm not going to call names. I'm not going to insult. Everyone's loved my husband, and we're all trying to figure out what happened. I trust that case.
Both women say they expect more to come out publicly from their meeting very soon.
Okay, so maybe they will release some clips or something like that. But Candace Owens people are losing their marbles right now. And like I said, I think it's very entertaining. I'm not wrapped up in any of this. I don't give a shit which way it goes. We did cover a video about Erika Kirk saying, you know, the trolls on the internet need to stop trolling, and we know how that goes. And it sucks. You know, obviously it's a tough situation she's in, but telling trolls not to troll usually isn't going to get you very far on the internet. But either way, we'll see how it goes. I got some notes wrote down here, and like I said, the Candace Owens followers, whatever those people are called, they're thinking a lot of different thoughts right now. So this is saying that Erika Kirk and Candace Owens met and hung out for 4.5 hours yesterday because of the things that Candace Owens was saying about Charlie Kirk's assassination. Some of Candace's fans are saying that Candace is now compromised. That because whatever her name is, Erika Kirk went to go meet with Candace Owens, something happened to Candace and she's not the same anymore. And so they're saying that since she's been compromised, they believe that Erika Kirk either threatened her, meaning that Israel threatened her, I guess, is what, I don't know. This is just shit I'm seeing on the internet. They're also saying that maybe they gave Candace Owens insider information, like that Charlie Kirk is still alive and that they faked his death and he's in like witness protection or something like that. They're also suggesting that maybe she was given information that would help her with her suspicions, like maybe parts of the investigation that are still ongoing that would kind of fill in the blanks that Candace Owens is apparently guessing at. I don't know, but Candace Owens, her fans are, they're real pieces of work. I've left comments over there and their fans try to eat me alive. I don't know. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. Those people are really entertaining. Those are the kind of people who believe like screaming wins the argument. Like the people like the Cardi B's of the world. It's like those kind of people. I don't know why. They're in conspiracy form, but they're like, if I shout the loudest or have like the wittiest comeback, that means I'm right. And that's fine. That's fine. But their conspiracy theories are probably the most entertaining thing on the internet right now. Either way, next up, mass shooting suspect in Brown University still on the run, releasing a new video of the suspect. We'll just go ahead and hop right into this because this is only a minute long here. But I don't know. This guy, I don't know what makes them think he's the shooter. It makes me feel like they're just grasping at straws at this point, which is really sad because being at a university, you'd think there'd be cameras on cameras on cameras all over the place, especially after what happened with Charlie Kirk and stuff, but apparently that's not the case. And this poor woman looks like Jasmine Crockett. That's unfortunate. Either way, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the commie tube, and let's get into this.
And this midday, authorities are still searching for a suspect in the deadly mass shooting at Brown University. Investigators are combing through neighborhoods in Rhode Island, searching for evidence on the gunman who killed 2 people and injured 9 others. Providence police are asking the public to help identify this person. This video that you're seeing on your screen, newly released on Monday, shows someone in dark clothes near Brown University just hours before the deadly shooting.
The sooner we can identify that person, the sooner we can, I think, blow this case open.
Authorities are offering a $50,000 reward for information on the gunman. The FBI says the person in that surveillance video is considered to be armed and dangerous, but officials also say there's no immediate threat to people in Providence. Meanwhile, people have been placing flowers near the school, honoring the 9 students injured and 2 killed in the attack. Rhode Island Hospital, where the injured victims are being treated, said Monday that 6 patients remain in critical, stable condition. 1 in critical, another in stable. 1 patient has been discharged.
Okay. So like I said, this kind of just looks like a dude standing on the sidewalk. I don't know. Does he look suspicious? He's wearing a mask. I guess I don't trust anybody wearing a mask, but either way, they still haven't found the shooter. That guy totally looks like a Trump supporter. The FBI is offering $50,000 for information for the gunman, and that's basically all they talked about in that video. The footage doesn't look that damn suspicious to me. I don't know how they could have such a event with a firearm, and all this footage they keep showing, it's not a guy like running with a gun or anything. It's just people standing around on the sidewalk. They already arrested one guy, but they let him go because apparently he wasn't the guy. And it feels like the Charlie Kirks shit all over again. Guy shows up, shoots people, leaves, nobody knows anything, blurry Obama phone style footage, arrest everybody in sight, we'll figure it out later. Like, I don't know, it's just very weird. It's very weird. Either way, next up, BBC responds to Trump's $10 billion lawsuit, saying we will be defending this case, which is a ridiculous statement because it's already out. And I thought if you released evidence to the public that you couldn't use it in court. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I swear we've all talked about that before. And the evidence out there is very much in the public. And it shows that the BBC pretty much lost this case. So I don't know why they're saying they're going to defend nothing. They might as well just be like, yeah, we'll be at court when we're supposed to be there. Because I don't know how they're going to defend it. It's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about the mass shooter still on the run, as well as Erika Kirk and Candace Owens getting together for Conspiracy Fest. What's up, Hair Juicer? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Jay Spray? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Salty Ragu? Happy freedom. Guess you shine bright, my friend. Yes, I know. I was looking homeless, though, and I just thought that wasn't doing me any favors, so I figured I would cut my hair. Guess the dude looks knocked up a little bit. I don't know. I just don't know why they think that guy's the shooter. I have no idea. Guess makes me pretty pictures. Thanks, guess it's good stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand why that guy is the shooter. I wish I could figure out who's the shooter. I could use $50,000. You know, I'm just saying. Saldrigu, I am also in witness protection. Well, I hope it works out for you. I never hear good things about witness protection. Well, thank you, Snooks. I appreciate the compliment. What's up, Tuolikara? Happy freedom to you. What's up, MU? Happy freedom to you. It's really nice where you are. Well, I'm glad to hear it. We had a sunny day today. It was 32 degrees. I almost wore a tank top today. It's the warmest it's been in like 2 weeks. Yesterday it was 8, and the day before that it was 6. A high of 6. I almost had to wear the Klaus Daniels. And like, it was just, I don't know. 32 today. Felt like summer. Stoner, I want the money, but I don't know who that guy is. I'm saying, Stoner. We need to point our finger at somebody and split the $50,000, you know? We're like, that guy did it. How do you know? Because both of us are saying it. It's our word against his. Just go ahead and arrest that guy. Give us the money. What's up, Electric Hammer? Happy freedom. With over 800 cameras on that campus and classroom, let me see. Cameras in the classrooms makes me think that this is a false flag CIA FBI plant. Well, that's what I mean. The whole thing just seems really weird. The whole deal is really weird. What's up, Bill Clay? Happy freedom to you. Kevin, maybe someday you'll see my niece in the news clip. She's in university to be a journalist. That's awesome, Kevin. That's pretty cool. What's up, Relax? Happy freedom to you. Is that Fat Jasmine Crockett? I see, we were thinking the same thing. Great minds and whatnot. What's up, Snarl? Happy freedom to you. Turbo calling us sexy hooligans? I didn't realize. Stoner, let's fabricate evidence. I mean, we need these doll hairs, you know. So funny. Klaus Daniels, get to work. Get to work. Totally care, super windy here, but not really cold. It's pretty windy here too. I mean, it feels like spring. Yes, it's lovely outside. Jay Spray, my wife enjoys a high of 6. Is that how it works, Jay Spray? Holy. Guess some. Let's say it was you, Hill. We'll get the reward and give it to Jeff. Win-win. Let's do it, guess some. We know who did this. Stoner, I'm pretty sure you, Hill, done it. It's got to be. It's got to be at this point. Where 3 or more hooligans are present, you, Hill, did it. I think it says that in the Bible. I'm pretty sure. Oh, well, thank you, Meta. I appreciate the compliment. Yeah, I want it to look like I take showers and stuff. What's up, Ian? Happy freedom. She's creepy. Who? Candace Owens or Erika Kirk? Erika Kirk's been looking pretty creepy lately. I don't know why. I know she's going through shit, but she's doing this weird, like, looking through her eyebrow shit. Like a T-Rex. And, like, she don't have to do all that. I don't know. Hard life. I know that. What's up, Johnny? Happy freedom. They cloned Candace. Yeah, that's another one that the fans are saying she's been cloned now. What's up, Derek? Happy freedom to you. I'm doing all right. How are you doing, Derek? What's up, Tar Kitty? Happy freedom. Don't go full Candace. Yes. What's up, Spirit Matter? Happy freedom. Tim Mack, bet the shooter was at protest wearing a black and white. I don't know what that is. You talking about headgarm stuff? It could be. I haven't seen any footage of the shooting itself. I just keep seeing men on sidewalks and they're like, that's the guy. And I'm like, oh, okay. Here's user who you did it. He texted me. I knew it. Kevin, it's going to be like spring here the rest of the week. I know, but we can't jinx it. We just got to enjoy it. We can't talk about it or brag about it because you know how the weather is. It should turn around and it'll be a high of 6 again. Anyways, moving forward here, like I said, BBC responds to Trump's $10 billion doll hair lawsuit, saying we will defend the case, which, like I said, they don't have a leg to stand on from what it looks like. Either way, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or on jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chats on either platform. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out as we're making Saturdays more fun. Let's get this pulled up. 10 billion doll hairs. President Trump's going to be able to give us all stimulus checks without tax money. That's how this is going to go. Either way, like I said, BBC responds to Trump's $10 billion doll hair lawsuit because they were chopping up the way his J6 speech looked and sounded and all of that. Again, I don't really understand what the BBC thinks they're going to do for a defense, saying we're going to defend this case. Well, it's already out there that you guys manipulated the footage, so I don't know. But hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommentTube, and let's get into this.
President Trump is now suing the BBC for $10 billion over edited clips of his January 6th speech at the Capitol.
Maddie Rivera joins us live from Washington with the details. Maddie.
Good morning. President Trump is accusing the BBC of trying to interfere in the 2024 election with a documentary featuring a doctored version of his speech before the January 6th Capitol attack. The documentary was released in the days before the election. The president says they omitted a part of his remarks where he called for peace.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol And I'll be there with you. And we fight. We fight like hell. And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore. We're going to walk down to the Capitol. And we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women. And we're probably not going to be cheering so much for some of them. Because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength and you have to be strong. We have come to demand that Congress do the right thing and only count the electors who have been lawfully slated. Lawfully slated. I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard.
The BBC apologized to the president, saying they made an unintentional editorial error. The organization's director general and head of news stepped down in light of the fallout. The BBC saying, in part, as we have made clear previously, we will be defending this case. They previously, though, rejected the president's demands for compensation. Lawrence Ainsley and Brian.
Okay, a lot of money he's asking for. Thank you so much.
A lot of people in the UK do not like the way the BBC operates, and their president's doing a lot of fighting for them. Because I guess everyone's got to carry
I don't know how
it.
they'll be able to defend themselves. I mean, they clearly left
video.
out.
And they apologized. So we'll see if they're vulnerable.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian.
All right. So anyways, they're saying that President Trump is suing the BBC for $10 billion here for editing his J6 speech, giving it a negative spin. They're saying in the video, they're claiming that President Trump feels that the BBC was directly interfering with the 2024 election because of that, right? They're trying to paint Trump up like an insurrectionist and whatever. And so either way, they're showing the clips side by side. BBC definitely edited the footage. And the BBC did already apologize. The director general and the head of news both stepped down, or maybe it's one guy, I don't know. Both positions stepped down. And the BBC says they will be defending the case and won't make any more legal comments about the situation. But I don't understand how they can defend it. Maybe they can defend that they weren't intentionally trying to interfere with the 2024 election. They might have some leverage on that to try and be like, well, that's not what we were doing. We were just being normal assholes lying about what President Trump said. We weren't directly telling people not to vote for him. And without them saying, do not vote for the scary Nazi Orange Eagle guy, they probably won't get in trouble for interfering with the 2024 election, especially because Trump won. Right? If he'd have lost, maybe they could have been like, look at what happened. But with him winning, I don't think, that's going to happen. It's definitely defamation. It's definitely lying and stuff like that. So, there's probably some doll hairs he's going to win off of this because they absolutely did it. But as far as holding the title of interfering with the 2024 election, I don't think they're going to get that. But it ain't up to me, so we'll see how it goes. Either way, we're going to hop right into this next video, pissing off more liberals. U.S. hits 3 more alleged drug boats in the Pacific, killed 8 drug terrorists, and the Dems are not getting their cocaine, so they're going to be all rabid and shit on Capitol Hill. Hunter Biden's pissed. It's okay. Like I said, we're going to hop into this really quick, and then we will be hopping in the chat. Once again, U.S. hits 3 more alleged drug boats in the Pacific, killing 8 terrorists. Hit that like button. Let's get into this.
The U.S. military says it has conducted new deadly strikes on 3 alleged drug boats in the eastern Pacific, killing 8 people. U.S. Southern Command posted video of the strike, saying the operation was carried out at the direction of Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. This comes as the Defense Secretary and Secretary of State Marco Rubio were on Capitol Hill this morning to brief House members about the ongoing military strikes.
This has been a highly successful mission that's ongoing and continued, and we're pleased to be here today to update Congress on how that's developing and how that's moving forward.
It is the 22nd bipartisan briefing we've had on a highly successful mission to counter designated terrorist organizations, cartels, bringing weapons meaning drugs, to the American people and poisoning the American people for far too long.
CBS News congressional correspondent Nicole Killian is on Capitol Hill with more. Nicole, how are lawmakers?
Okay, we don't need to hear her opinions about drug boats and shit like that. Because it just don't fucking matter. Let me fix this volume really quick, and then we are going to be hopping in the chats. The important part is that we hit 3 more drug boats, and that is that much less drugs coming in the country, which is good stuff. Either way, next up we got our midlife break, our funny video halfway through. Like I said, today it was provided by Stoner, and it's titled Free Will. It's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about the BBC being the BBC and us smoking 3 drug boats and killing 8 drug terrorists. Russell, make cocaine and hookers great again. I don't know. We might have the hookers, but I think we're going to be running out of cocaine around here. What's up, Zero? Happy freedom to you. Guess meanwhile, U.S. speedboat production increases. Trump winning on economy. That's right. Venezuela's going to have to start buying boats from us. Jay Spray, imagine that BBC lied to get what they want. Seems like being BBC would be all the proof you need. Yeah, you'd think so. Matt Rogers, unintentional, my ass. Yeah. I just don't think that they can prove that it was intentional as far as interfering with the election. I think they can obviously prove that they intentionally, edited President Trump's words. But as far as doing it for the election reasons, I don't know how they would be able to prove that. They'd have to find like text messages or something like that talking about it. But we'll see. Like I said, it ain't up to me. What's up, Boom? What's up, Major? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Stoner, now let's sink the fishing boats. Yep, just get Blue Team all pissed off. Boom, yeah, the Secretary of War. What's up, Sly Dog? Happy freedom. Sly Dog, BBC will lose if there's any justice. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because, they obviously manipulated what President Trump said. What's up, Puff and Stuff? Happy freedom to you. Otters, these people have no bar low enough that they won't get under. Sad. Yep. They're bottom of the barrel, a bunch of scumbags. What's up, Giggling Spy? Happy freedom to you. Sly Dog, overall the stock market has been dropping. This will likely be temporary. I can't remember what they call it, the fluctuation, because it goes up but then there's like a pullback. There's a phrase for it, but yeah, it'll rebound. The review, Hookers and Blow, is a great Christmas book. That's right. What's up, Sergeant No? Happy freedom to you. Stoner, to be fair, fishing is fun on drugs. How do you know if you're fishing? What's up, Abby Girl? What's up, Libby Racer? Happy freedom. Abby Girl, killing 6 to 8 assholes in drug boats doesn't compare to the thousands of people that have died because of fentanyl. Screw the Democrats and what they think. That's right, Abby Girl. You were 100% right. Meta, pay the man. You messed up. 100%. BBC did it. It's right there. They're sticking the evidence right in our face. What's up, Knucking Futz? Happy freedom. What's up, Nachos? Happy freedom to you. Leave the I can't even say it. Is it Bolivian marching powder alone? Well, they're trying to get fentanyl, but they just keep ending up with cocaine. Knucking Futz, cocaine inflation is off the charts, especially when comparing to Hunter's years. Yep. It's affecting things. Derek, BBC already admitted in a letter that they edited the video to show how they feel it was understood by Trump supporters. I will post a link to the video about it in Discord. Yeah, Derek. Well, they said that in the video. They said that they had already apologized for editing the video the way that they did, and that 2 different positions had stepped down. Let me see what it says. The director general and the head of news for BBC both stepped down because of this situation. So that's what I mean. Like, I don't know if they're going to be able to get them with intentionally interfering with the election. And they've already said sorry and had those people step down. So I'm not sure what the consequences are going to be. But I also feel like it doesn't matter. because they drug Trump through all kinds of shit and trumped up charges on him, charges that were beyond statute of limitations, charges that had no victims, and they didn't do it for justice. They did it just to put it in the news, just as a smear campaign. So even if they don't give Trump anything in return for this whole lawsuit, BBC still did it, and they're going to have to admit publicly, basically, that they did it and that they're wrong for doing it. Now, the election stuff, I don't know about that, but if it's going to smear the BBC, then I don't see why Trump would even slow down, because they didn't give him any breaks, not at all. This one story we got about him, Mar-a-Lago being raided, they're saying they didn't even have probable cause. They had pressure from senior officials in the DOJ. That's what caused the raid. It wasn't even that they had enough evidence. It was that people were putting pressure on them on Capitol Hill and it caused the raid. And for what? The case got dismissed at the end. There was no verdict. They just dismissed the case. So they raided the house. They did it on flimsy reasons and all that, and just to do it. Just to do it. So I don't know. It's entertaining though. I know that. Tim Mack, BBC cases attempt to keep midterms from having funny business. Yeah. What's up, Mike Ingalls? Happy Freedom. What's up, Manna? Happy Freedom. You fish? No, I do not fish. My grandpa used to try and get me to fish and all of that, but my grandpa's dead now, so I don't fish. What's up, Mr. Lynn? Happy Freedom to you. Saldaragu, trumped up charges on Trump, but he'll trump those trumped up charges. And that's right. That's right. 100%. Moving forward here, like I said, we got our midlife break. This one was provided by Stoner. You guys are going to like this. It's not exactly festive, but that's okay. You guys will like it anyways. I know you guys. Hit that like button. Let's get this rolling. Like I said, this was provided by Stoner. It's titled Free Will.
What the hell?
Sounds tight. Anyways, getting back into the news here. Next up, we got FBI had doubts about probable cause for Mar-a-Lago raid. Emails show. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to participate in the Christmas unboxing, you're welcome to send me and Klaus something for Christmas. You can send something to the P.O. box, or you can send something from the wish list. If you do send something to the P.O. box, please let me know by messaging me or sending me an email. And if you send something using the wish list, it'll come to me automatically and you don't have to worry about it. The Christmas unboxing will take place on Christmas Day, giving us something fun to do for Christmas. Now I'm going to drop these links in all of the chats. One link will take you to the P.O. box address if you'd like to send me something of your choosing. And the other is the wish list. And like I said, everything on the wish list works automatically. So here is the links. Go do the thing if you would like to participate in the Christmas unboxing. And like I said, getting into this next one here, this is about the Mar-a-Lago raid and how they didn't exactly have probable cause. It's kind of flimsy. They weren't sure that they were supposed to follow illegal orders, but prosecutors said, you better do it or else. Either way, hit that like button. Let's get into this.
The FBI under the Biden administration questioned whether it had established probable cause to search President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago residence in 2022, but moved forward with the raid anyway after pressure from senior Justice Department officials. That's according to newly declassified emails released Tuesday by Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Chuck Grassley. The emails, which Grassley's office received from the FBI and the DOJ, show that agents in the months leading up to the raid did not believe the legal standard for a search warrant had been met, but were overruled by prosecutors. The records contain exchanges between FBI agents and DOJ attorneys from June 2022 up until the final days before the raid on August 8, 2022. FBI officials raised repeated concerns that the evidentiary basis for a warrant was thin, uncorroborated, or outdated. Despite those warnings, DOJ officials concluded the probable cause threshold had been met. FBI personnel continued to urge for a less confrontational approach, recommending that investigators first notify Trump's attorneys that a warrant was being prepared and seek voluntary compliance. Despite objections, the DOJ ultimately presented the warrant application to a federal magistrate judge in the Southern District of Florida, who approved the search warrant on August 5, 2022, after finding probable cause. Trump's attorneys complained they were barred from observing the search and raised concerns about the use of a filter team. Trump later challenged the warrant in court. In a June 27th order last year, U.S. District Judge Eileen M. Cannon, a Trump appointee, ruled that Trump failed to meet the legal standard required to undermine the finding of probable cause. Cannon's ruling left the warrant intact, even as she later dismissed the classified documents prosecution in July.
Okay. Flimsy, but nothing's going to happen about it. They're saying that the FBI wasn't sure if they had probable cause to raid President Trump in 2022, which, that's a big deal. Like, that's a real big deal. That's tax doll hairs at work there, and you don't even know if you're supposed to be doing it. But they were receiving pressure from senior Justice Department officials that caused the raid to happen. The FBI and the DOJ sent emails, employees of these departments sent emails saying that this didn't meet the standards for probable cause, but the prosecutors overruled it, basically saying, go do the raid anyways. You don't think you have a reason to do it, but you're going to go do it anyways because we're telling you to. The raid happened, and then President Trump challenged the warrant, but the judge claimed that there was no information provided to undermine the probable cause for the warrant. So that probable cause that they don't even know if they had, the judge defended it when President Trump challenged the warrant and the search itself in the first place. So then they threw out the case later on because they didn't have a case. So they didn't have a case, they brought a case, they raided the house, they threw it out because the real purpose of this was to do a smear campaign by the Biden administration and the senior Justice Department officials. That's what it was. Because there was no justice, they didn't do anything. They raided the house, they did a big publicity stunt, that was it. They threw the case out after they got what they wanted. And nothing's going to happen from this. There's no consequences. They didn't say, oh, and we're investigating criminal charge. No, they didn't do that. They just said, hey, this is all bullshit, but that's okay because no one's going to watch it anyways because everybody already thinks Trump's got, top secret documents and all this other shit. They don't remember that the case was thrown out. They just remembered that the case was brought. And that's the problem with the media and how that goes. So, yeah, they admitted that it's all bullshit and there's no consequences for it. Next up, feds say they foiled New Year's Eve terror plot across Southern California. We talked about this yesterday. It's the Turtle Island, whatever people, the drug addict, Antifa individuals. They're showing their faces in this, and it's worth looking at. We're not going to hear a whole lot of new details compared to what we heard yesterday. A little bit, but just the way their faces look makes it worthwhile. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about the FBI not having probable cause but still carrying out the raid because the Biden administration was putting pressure on them to do so, and then the prosecutors overruled them asking questions and was like, no, go do the raid. So, I mean, everybody was in the wrong, but they'll just continue to do wrong because no one's correcting them. Live review, venison meatballs. That sounds interesting. I don't think I've ever heard of anybody eating venison meatballs. Zero, so an illegal order. Yeah, basically. They were told to follow illegal orders. Russell, yeah, people need to be held accountable. Yeah, and it's just not happening. Zero, Trump would have complied if they would have asked. Yeah, absolutely. Zero, just as long as he didn't poop down the chute. Yeah. Yeah, Otters Tilfs. I forgot what it was. You're right. Turtle Island, something, Liberation Front. That's what it is. Yeah. Liberacer Lawfare. Yep, you're right. So, no, I was just following orders. Yep. That's what they said. Get on the train. Liberacer was the Dems pushing for a raid. Yeah, they should be held accountable for this. I mean, it's all out there now. What's up, Cricket Kiss? Happy freedom to you. Major, they had shoot orders, didn't they? Yeah, I think they went in live. They were armed and all of that. What was it? armed to kill or something like that. They had orders. If there's resistance, you can use deadly force. That's what it is. Deadly force orders. Over nothing. They had no probable cause. What's up, Rappy? Happy Freedom. What's up, Limited? Happy Freedom to you. Stoner, the trash shoot poot. And it was. It was. Major, venison is literally good in anything. I don't like venison. I know everybody hates hearing that, but I just don't. After smoking a deer and being covered in deer piss, when I eat venison, it just tastes like I'm chewing on deer piss. And it doesn't matter who makes it or what it's made in, or it just doesn't matter. Nothing about it matters. I'm just chewing on physical deer piss. And I can't undo it. It's in my head already. It's already there. It's like brain AIDS. It's already there. I can't do anything about it. And so now it just tastes like deer piss. And it sucks because I liked venison until that happened. I liked venison until I got my own deer, and then I didn't like it anymore. And that, like, how does that make sense? What's up, Southern Eagleman? Happy Freedom to you. Everybody's all unsubscribing now. Nucking Fuzz, didn't AutoPen pardon Garland in the DOJ? I can't remember everybody that was pardoned, but you're probably right. The only person that was pardoned by Biden's hands is Hunter. Hunter's pardon is the only one that's going to stick. Everything else is questionable, and you could be right. I just can't remember everybody that was pardoned when the transition of power happened. What's up, Mayors? Happy Freedom to you. Look cute in my snow gear? Well, thank you, Mayors. Yeah, it's cold outside. Turbo, I eat venison all day. Yes. Zero, what about jerky? No, I like the jerky. Wad makes the best deer jerky I've ever had, ever. Snooks, you don't like the taste of venison either? Yeah. It's hard saying that because everybody's got their own way to make it not gamey, but like I said, it's already in my brain. I feel like it could be in chili, and you can't even taste the venison. All you taste is everything else added to it. My brain will still tell me what I'm tasting is deer piss. I hate that. Salty Ragu got an 8-pointer and a doe in the freezer. That's badass, Salty Ragu. Salty Ragu, you will eat deer piss and like it. Ooh, my favorite. Look, it's cracking me up. All right, getting into this next video here. Like I said, feds say they foiled New Year's Eve terror plot across Southern California. Now, like I've been saying, we covered this yesterday. This is a follow-up. But they actually show these individuals' faces. They also show this. I don't know if this is actual drone footage or not. It could be. It says FBI Los Angeles up in the corner. So, like, maybe this is actual drone footage. But they say that the way that they got caught, which is new information compared to yesterday's video, is that one of the members basically narked. They snitched. And that's how they figured it out. But while that's in your marbles there, what the fuck are we looking at right now? Because did this happen after one of their own snitched? Or was it beforehand? Were they already watching these guys and then maybe made contact and convinced one of them to snitch? That's what I'm kind of wondering here. I wasn't sure when I scanned this, but I think this actually might be authentic drone footage that we're looking at. They're going to show it throughout the video. Either way, hit that like button. Let's get into this.
Conspiracy foiled and a potential holiday bombing plot interrupted. The FBI released its aerial surveillance video. Agents say the suspects, described as being part of a far-left extremist group, were observed meeting in the Mojave Desert last Friday with supplies they needed to carry out explosive attacks in Southern California.
These bombs were to blow up at the same time on midnight this New Year's Eve.
At that desert work site, authorities arrested 4 suspects, men and women from 24 to 41 years old, now charged with conspiracy and possession of destructive materials.
The defendants are all radical anti-government members of the Turtle Island Liberation Front.
How were they stopped? According to the criminal complaint, one of the suspects passed an 8-page handwritten document to a confidential law enforcement source in November. That plan called for planting backpacks with IEDs, complex pipe bombs, at 5 locations targeting 2 U.S. companies. Target date, New Year's Eve, December 31st.
We disrupted this terror plot before buildings were demolished or innocent people were killed.
Officials provided photos taken during court-approved searches that point to political motivations, depicting views pro-Palestine and against ICE agents, along with bomb-making ingredients, including potassium nitrate, gasoline, and approximately 20 pieces of PVC pipe. The FBI tracked conversations among the alleged plotters, one of them saying, "What we're doing will be considered a terrorist act."
These guys are straight up idiots. Straight up idiots. They should have let them just go a little further into their plan. They probably would have blew themselves up. You know, like they always show movies and they have like their explosive expert shows up. And he's got like 2 fingers left because the rest of them been blown off. Yeah. These guys are fucking idiots. And I can't believe they were out here doing this stuff. They couldn't wait to throw their life away. Either way, they show the mug shots, and I'm going to pull them up again because it is great. I mean, like I said, you can tell these are straight up Trump supporters here. Let me see. Come on, man. Bang. I like person number 2. You know, person number 2 there, they were feeling strongly when they took that picture. Look at their eyes. Could you imagine being on the news, being called a fucking terrorist, and that's how your face looks? The rest of them, that's, you know, that ain't even that bad for Antifa people. That's pretty standard. But guy number 2, he's seen some things. I don't know. Anyways, next up we got Day 3 of Milwaukee Judge Dugan trial testimony continues. That's the judge that smuggled the immigrant or the border crosser through the courthouse trying to sneak away from ICE. It's coming up next. So first we're going to hop in the chat about these fucking idiots out here being arrested for terrorist charges. They show the mug shots, which is great. They got caught because one of their members gave an 8-page document to an officer, an informant, or somebody connected to authorities somehow. They were going to put IEDs in backpacks, which that's new information. We already knew they were going to leave them at 5 locations. They show handmade Antifa signs, just confirming that these really are Trump supporters. They have one of the suspects admitting at the very end that what they're doing is a terrorist act. So it's like, okay, well, they admitted to it. You got them either recorded or however that happened. They're so fucked. Like, they're so fucked. They're not getting out of this. There's no way. They're so stupid. So stupid. Anyways, like I said, next up we got this judge that was trying to smuggle a border crosser out of the courthouse to evade ICE. They finally made it to court. It got memory hold right after it happened. And they're playing pretend like this is really going to be some accountability, but the same exact situation happened in 2018 and they dismissed the charges. They let it all go. And that person got to continue being a judge. And I have a feeling that that's what's going to happen with this. I could be wrong, but it's coming up next. First, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you Hooligans think about these fucking idiots out here. They were planning a terrorist attack for New Year's Eve. Saldragu, what Taco Bell did to me should be a terrorist act. I had Taco Bell today. It wasn't even that bad. It was fine. I think the best thing to get at Taco Bell right now is getting 3 cheesy double beef burritos, but sub out the beef for steak, and then get a large pop. Like this. A large one of these. Cherry Pepsi. It's the way to go. I don't know. It's a little bit too expensive for what you get, but it's good shit. It's good shit, and the shit's good. I didn't steal that from Hyena Harris, by the way. I made that up myself. Don't you give her credit. Zero, what 2 companies were they targeting? I don't know. Let me see. I could probably look it up really quick. One of the people they were targeting was ICE. I know that, but I don't know if that has to do with companies. It's because these liberals carry this idea that if they do bad things to billionaires, that somehow their life is going to be better. And I still haven't been able to figure out why they think this or who told them to think that. Let me see. The document handed over was titled Operation Midnight Sun. These fucking people, man. The CIA must have been involved in this shit. These toenail biters didn't figure this out on their own. Let me see. I don't know if that information is public or not, because I can't seem to figure out what the two businesses were. Google's not helping me is what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the businesses were that they were going to do the thing. Either way, they're a bunch of idiots. Hopping in the chat, like I said, next up we got Judge Dugan. Smuggling border crossers out of the courthouse. The review fueled by coffee and Corona. That's right. Russell, you asked for a pop from me. You might get a punch to the face. Well, sorry you feel that way, Russell. It's a lot of pop up here. Yes, first we blow the companies and then each other. Can't trust these Antifa people. That's why you gotta discipline your kids so they don't grow up to be like these assholes. Nah, I'm sorry to hear that, Tin Man. Matt Rogers had two chicken enchilada burritos from Taco Bell from lunch today. The chicken enchilada ones, those are on the dollar menu too, aren't they? Like $2-3 or something like that. I get those whenever I'm not feeling like the cheesy double beef ones. They need to bring back the chicken verde burritos. Those were so good. And they messed it all up. They were only around for like a couple weeks and they took them off and left us with dog food. And it's like fucking Taco Bell. New review, it's not real food. No, it's not. It is not real food. Mana, thank you for joining us over here on Rumble. Pepsi flavor. Yep, that's what it is. She needs to wash it. You guys need to stop it. Took care. It really must be Taco Bell Tuesday. I enjoyed a chicken gordita. We should have all rode to Taco Bell together and saved on gas, you know? Stoner, at least they brought back the chili cheese burrito. It's true. Snarl, we call it a soft drink. I haven't heard that in a very long time. That's like the gentleman phrasing of pop. Sorry, no, everything is a Coke. Just what flavor? Where do they do that? I've heard people say that before. Are you in Texas, Sergeant? No. One of those states they do that. Everything's Coke or cola, one or the other, and it's just what kind do you want? What kind of cola you want? Mountain Dew. Storm. What's up, keep it salty, happy freedom. Telling you're from the Midwest without telling me you're from the Midwest. Yeah, been calling it pop my whole life. I got into it with somebody the first time I went to Florida. We were on the way back. It was me and my sisters, I think my mom and my stepdad, and I was like 15 years old. And I asked the lady at the counter what kind of pop they had, and she was playing stupid with me, but I didn't know the cultural differences. I didn't know that was a thing. I was 15. I didn't know shit. And they were like being rude to me about it. And so I was like, fuck you, bitch. Like, got all mad and stuff. And I walked up out of there because they were sitting there giving me a hard time about it. I'm like, because I didn't understand. They were being rude in a funny way, but I didn't get it because I didn't understand that pop was a big deal. And I ended up getting mad and lighting that lady up and walking up out of there. I don't know. I don't like a hard time. I want my damn liter of cola. What's up, McB? Happy freedom to you. Relax, look up their names. Oh, I said their names too. Otter's Operation Wasted Career. Yeah, the fact that they even had a title for their 8-page document smells like government. Antifa people don't do that shit. Operation Turd Burglar. Like, this, that doesn't sound right. There's just nothing about that sounds right. What's up, Jesus people? Happy freedom. Tool Care Mango Tea. That sounds fantastic. Bill Clay, it's called a soft drink because there's no alcohol in it. I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, because there's a hard drink and soft drinks. That makes a lot of sense. What's up, Bones? Happy Freedom. Total Care soda pop because of the fizz. That's right. Guess Texas is all Coke. That's what I thought. I thought it was Texas. Everything is Coke or a cola. Solid Ragu, you're all soda jerks. Mm-hmm. Meta, you hear the update on Nick Reiner stabbing his parents? Last I heard is he wasn't medically fit to go to court yet. I don't know if he's sick or if they're trying to claim he's got mental problems. I don't know. That's all I heard though. I didn't see any videos on it. I've seen people posting on the internet talking about it. Knocking Futz, it was only stated as 2 logistics companies. We'll all assume that it'll be FedEx and UPS. Could be. I'll see if I can figure out something about it. When I Googled it, it wouldn't tell me. But maybe I wasn't being specific enough. Southern Eagleman Diablo sauce is the best. It is. The Diable. I got 3 freezer bags of Diable packets. Because if you know how to say the right things, you'll get more sauce than you need. And you can never have too much Diablo sauce. I've been working on it for years at this point. What's up, Energy Woman? Happy Freedom. What's up, Gen X? Happy Freedom to you. Derek, we call it ginger for some reason. You call what ginger? What's up, Blizzard? Happy Freedom. You call pop ginger? Where are you from, Derek? Mares looks like the Walter White crackdown. Only missing the RV. It does. I didn't think about that until you brought it up. Derek, is your wish list up to date? It is, but Amazon redid the wish list crap. And so what you got to do is it says sort in the top right corner. If you leave it the way it is, it stacks stuff by date, which is not how you're supposed to perceive the list. But I can't do anything about that. So you have to select custom. It says sort and then choose custom. And then it'll be in the order that makes sense, the order that I actually put it in. Amazon recently just did that, and there's nothing I can do about it. What's up, Jay Tyler? Happy Freedom. Relax. Hella Diablo. I do. I got all the Diablo. Remind me on Christmas, and I'll show you guys my Diablo collection. I was showing somebody the other day. I was like, you like Diablo sauce? They were like, yeah. I was like, here you go, and I handed them a bag of Diablo. I was digging stuff out of the fridge. And they're like, I could have this? I was like, hold on a second. I gave them another bag. And I was like, here's another one. And they're standing like this. And I'm like, I got another one. Hold on. Here, you can hold this one. And I just was just doing that. And they're like this with a big old mountain of Diable sauce. I'm like, I wonder if I'm the king of Diable. I don't know. It's my secret. Either way, moving forward here, like I said, day 3 of Milwaukee Judge Dugan. Trial testimony continues. Once again, this is the judge that was smuggling a border crosser up out of the courthouse there. Now, her attorney says that there's no proof. There's no proof that she intentionally obstructed justice. She was just in a public hallway having conversations with the public, and that ICE is a bunch of frozen meanies. And that's what they're saying. Either way, hit that like button. Let's get into this.
Milwaukee judge on trial accused of helping an undocumented immigrant evade arrest outside of her courtroom.
Attorneys for Judge Hannah Dugan and the prosecution made their first arguments to the jury Monday. 12 News' Imani Fleming is live outside the federal courthouse in downtown Milwaukee.
And Imani, testimony will continue today inside the courtroom.
Jaron, good morning. Day 1 testimony in the trial of Judge Hannah Dugan, focusing on what prosecutors call a deliberate attempt to block an immigration arrest at the county courthouse. The first witness was an FBI special agent who walked jurors through hallway video and courtroom audio from that April morning. Prosecutors playing video and recordings showing Dugan interacting with the agents. They argue Dugan intentionally sent them to the chief judge's office, moved Flores Ruiz's case to the top of her docket, and then rushed him out of an alternative exit. The defense, though, pushing back, telling jurors Flores Ruiz entered a public hallway where agents were still present, and that text messages from the defense showed investigators later changed their own arrest plan. Yesterday, 12 News legal analyst Dan Adams said he expects the government to wrap up their arguments by Wednesday.
Whether or not Hannah Dugan then, when it's hurt, the defense's side decides to testify, that is the big question. And it's going to be up to whether the defense believes that the government has proven their case at that point, and the strategic elements of whether or not she testifies. Again, that's totally her choice. She doesn't have to do it, and it can't be held against her if she decides not to.
Imani, we will hear from even more witnesses today.
And prosecutors will continue trying to convince this jury, laying out their argument that Judge Hannah Dugan did, in fact, obstruct the judicial process. The government's case, though, expected to wrap up by Thursday with over 24 witnesses expected to testify.
Imani Fleming live outside the federal courthouse in downtown Milwaukee. Imani, thank you. Hannah Dugan is charged with felony obstruction and a misdemeanor for concealing a person to prevent arrest. She has pleaded not guilty. If convicted on that felony charge, she could face up to about 6 years in prison. Stay with 12 News for coverage throughout the trial. There are no cameras or audio recordings allowed in that courtroom, so our reporters are posting live text updates on the WISN 12 app from inside the courthouse.
Okay. Now, like I said, they're playing this like it's a regular court thing and something's actually going to happen. But like I said before, this exact same thing happened in 2018, and they dismissed all of it. They claimed that the judge was not acting outside of their capacity, that they were able to do the things that they did. And like I said, it was the same exact situation. I showed up. They were there to arrest an illegal. The judge maneuvered the illegal around ICE, avoiding arrest, and got them off of the property without ICE detecting it right away. And the same shit happened. They were accusing the judge all this stuff, and eventually they just let it go, and that judge was still a judge. I mean, they might still be a judge today. I don't know. But it was the same exact situation. Now, in this, they're saying that the judge obstructed ICE from arresting this illegal, and that she's facing 6 years in prison. But her defense is saying that because of these text messages, they work against the government's case that they have here, saying that she was intentionally causing the illegal to avoid being arrested. And they're saying that they can't prove that. There's no way to prove that she intentionally obstructed justice because all she did was walk into a hallway. She wasn't there to prevent the illegal from going through the back door like they did, because she's a big fan of that. But you could see the illegal sneak, through an alternative exit and flee. She wasn't present when that happened. She was in the hallway distracting ICE when it happened. Now, there's no game plan. They didn't find text messages. They didn't find a handwritten note saying, hey, you go this way and I'm going to go this way. You go high and I'm going to go low and I'm going to go distract the cops. Well, without that, they don't have evidence. They can look at her intentions, but that's not without doubt, right? That's not reason without doubt. So they can't really prove this. And maybe they will. We just watched somebody get murdered without a body yesterday, I think it was. So maybe they'll do this, but I have a feeling that they're going to not be able to prove this. And they're going to let her go, and she's going to continue to be a judge. And some other lucky illegal will walk up in there. Maybe he'll have a chance at sneaking away and all of this. I don't know. But from the lack of accountability that we see in the news every single day, and the fact that they don't have actual proof that she intentionally did this to obstruct justice, it's a lot of due process that I think is going to end without any consequence for her behavior. It's just my opinion. Next up, cooking the books. Police chief resigns after being accused of cooking crime data. Now, of course, this is about D.C. When they deployed National Guard in D.C., they were saying it was like a 30-year low of crime or whatever they were saying. Basically, there was no reason for National Guard to be there. Well, they were claiming, and everybody knew about this, they were claiming that the police data was inaccurate and it was done intentionally to make it look like crime was down when in factually it wasn't. Well, based off those accusations, they went and investigated it, and they've determined that that is actually true, that they were lying about the numbers in D.C. and crime is actually not down. It is now because of the National Guard, but it wasn't under the rule of this police chief that's resigned. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about Judge Dugan out here smuggling border crossers. Zero, is that a man? Which one? The judge? The judge is a woman. Russell, she has a nice fuzzy ball on her head. The Canadians call them toques. I've never heard that before until I was dating that Canadian girl. They're called toques. When you wear a winter hat, it's got the fuzzball on top, like from A Christmas Story. Did you guys know they made a second Christmas Story? You know what I'm talking about. The Christmas Story. Everybody watches on Christmas. Ralphie, you're going to shoot your eye out. You know, that movie. Apparently they made a second one called A Christmas Story Christmas or something like that. I seen it maybe on HBO yesterday. I don't know. I didn't watch it, but I was surprised that was a thing. I guess it came out in 2022, which means it's probably woke as shit, but you know. Matt Rogers, I rarely drink soda. I had a glass of Coke at a burger place last night. Within 20 minutes, I felt like shit. It's a big old bottle of high fructose corn syrup. It's not good. I like drinking the Ollie Pops. You can get them at Walmart. They're a little bit more on the expensive side, but they got probiotics in them, and I can drink those. I mean, I don't drink a whole bunch of them. I usually get one or two if I go grocery shopping, but I can drink those and I'm fine. Otherwise, I'm not a huge fan of drinking pop either. I will if I go to a fast food place because they don't sell anything else, but generally I just drink a ton of these. I go through like 2 cases of water a week. I think it's $14, but I'm drinking 54 bottles of water a week or something like that. I go through water like crazy. Hey, thank you for being here, Otters. Enjoy the rest of your night. Happy freedom to you, Jay Tyler. Relax, you just watched it yesterday? Was it good? Stoner, there's a Summer Story? I've never heard of that either. Are you just trolling me? Or is that a real thing? Oh, there's 3 of them? What? Well, how did this happen? How did it go undetected? Happy Freedom Dudden. Watch Cardboard Boxer, and it's a good movie. I haven't heard of that. I'm going to have to look that up. Maybe we'll watch the trailer for it in the voice chat. A lot of my reminders I forget to look up and tell them in the voice chat. What's up, Plastic Quack? Happy freedom to you. Otters, her bigger problem is all of her cases are not going to be reviewed, and it better be squeaky clean. She'll be done due to liability. It could be. Depends on how far they're digging. Happy freedom to you, Jesus people, if I can get you already. Relax, I got to give you the box. That's the only thing that I haven't got from Taco Bell is the whole box from Taco Bell. One time when my buddy worked there, he was like, go tell him at the counter you want Diablo sauce. And I was like, okay. And I went up there and I asked for a bag. And they were, they handed me a bag or whatever for my food. And I was like, you want to fill it with Diablo sauce? And they were like, how much you want? I was like, as much you'll give me. And they gave me like 5 fistfuls and filled that whole fucking Taco Bell bag full of Diablo sauce. Because they don't give a shit. They make minimum wage. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about anything. All the bad kids here work at Taco Bell. I'm telling you. I rock that Diablo sauce like a badge of honor. Zero. Everyone set a reminder to remind Jeff in the voice chat. Check his reminders. Russell reminds me every Friday because he's always got a video he posted or a story he wants me to remind him about. So usually on Friday I'll be like, oh yeah, I gotta check my reminders because Russell wanted something or something or other. Jay Tyler, what's the car situation for you? My car is in the middle of falling apart, but I can't do anything about it because I got legal trouble right now. So I got to worry about legal trouble. But I almost took it in the shop today because I thought my brakes were failing. I'm hoping it was just ice, not the frozen minis, the regular kind. But my ABS is on, my engine light's on, my traction control's off, my cruise control is turned off, my tire pressure light is on, my airbag light is on, and sometimes my brake light comes on. My transmission howls the entire time I'm moving, and my engine is now stuttering when I get into 3rd gear. And I don't know if that's a fuel injection situation because I'm in the middle of revving up, or if it's the teeth in the transmission binding and jumping because the transmission is failing. Or it could be a whole nother 3rd problem that I don't know about because I'm not a mechanic. But believe it or not, those are small potatoes compared to my other problems. So, yeah. J spray sounds like a wheel bearing. Could be. My ABS light is because of a wheel bearing. Zero, I rarely drink pop. 1 sip is enough for me. Yeah, pop's not good for us. Turbo, I'll get a tattoo to remind me. There you go. Jagula, happy freedom. Sounds fine. Yeah. So I've been telling myself for like 2 years now. Yeah, Dad, my car's on its last leg, but I just can't do anything about it. Total Care Creativity has died in Hollyweird. Yeah, and it's not going to get any better because they're using AI for everything now. The AI is writing the scripts and giving them ideas, and you know, we don't use CGI anymore. We're just going to have AI generate all the content. And pretty soon we're going to have completely AI movies where the entire movie is just AI generated content. It's nobody did anything but give it prompts. I'm not looking forward to it. Snarl. I didn't eat for 11 days and only could keep alcohol down. Lost 30 pounds in 11 days. Thanksgiving Day, I kicked cold turkey. Holy Snarl. It's not good. You don't want to lose weight like that. But yeah, life is hard sometimes. I've lost 18 pounds in the last 2 weeks because of stress and because I can't sleep and because life's hard. Because life is hard. Jay Tyler, just get you a Chevy Silverado truck. Yeah, because I got $40,000. I wish. I mean, I'm not against that stuff, but I can't afford it. I just can't afford anything. Live review, the struggle is real. We just replaced the transmission. Now the starter is acting up and the brakes are squeaking. Yeah, Live review. I hate cars. I hate cars. Our car insurance should help pay for car repairs. I've been paying on car insurance for like 20 years. I've never used it. I've never needed it. I've never had to make a call. Never. I've never used it. But I've been paying on it for 20 years. What is it worth? It isn't worth shit. And I pay a lot. I pay a lot. And anytime I've ever had to tell anybody how much I spend on car insurance, they're like, why? You got a ticket? And I'm like, no. They're like, you been in a car accident? No. And it doesn't matter. I always pay the highest car insurance than anybody else I've ever talked to, ever. And I've never used it. But I got to pay for all these damn car repairs. Like, why does our car insurance not pay for car repairs? If you pay for car insurance, it should be like dental insurance. If you get dental insurance, you get 1 free x-ray. You get free teeth cleaning twice a year because every 6 months you're supposed to get your teeth cleaned. And you get a couple other things like a deal on fill-ins and shit, but you normally don't get cosmetic stuff, no crowns, no, teeth whitening or anything like that. Car insurance should be the same way. It should pay for your oil changes. It should pay for new brakes once a year, new tires every 2 years or something like that, and like kind of fucking contribute to owning a car instead of just being a burden on you, Live review, don't do it. The list above is on a $1,500 Silverado. Yeah. Well, and up here, anything that's got 4-wheel drive is crazy expensive because people don't want to let it go. The wintertime is brutal. You got to have all-wheel drive. Guess insurance is just legalized gambling. Yeah, I hate insurance. Zero, like in homeowners insurance, you can use it for major repairs. Oh, I didn't know that. But yeah, I mean, car insurance is worthless. Major insurance is a scam. It is. Keep it salty. Cancel your insurance. Nah, I can't. I got full coverage now because I smoked that deer 2 years ago in October, and all I had was PLPD. I had minimum coverage. And so when I smoked the deer, nothing happened. I got full coverage now. So if I see a deer, they better watch the fuck out because I need a new car and I need it bad. So, them deer better stay the hell away from me. But yeah, no, if I cancel my insurance, I'll just smoke a deer and won't get anything for it. What's up, Patriot Dad? Happy freedom. Jaguar salad for a week and oh lordy, I've never shit that much in my life. I can't survive off salad. I need to have, it sounds gay, but I gotta have protein. I can't just eat grass. I never feel full. Jay Tyler, well, maybe one of God's angels can. I'm hoping so. Slide Dog, is Subaru Japanese word for shit? I'm not sure what it stands for, but I don't know. It's got to be similar to Toyota. That's like a Toyota, $10,000 for a 25-year-old 4Runner that has 350,000 miles on it and no wheels. Be $10,000 here. It hasn't ran in 12 years. Like, that's the way it goes. It sucks, but that's the way life sucks. It's 100%. It just fucking sucks. So sometimes you just need to let a vehicle go. I can't walk where I need to go, and I got people that rely on me. Jay Tyler, that poor Subaru. I know it just wants to die, and I won't let it. That's the way it goes. What's up, Viola? Happy freedom. Meta, I question that first-degree murder conviction without cause of death or a body. It baffles me. State-appointed defense attorneys didn't call one witness. It was all circumstantial evidence by prosecution, no defense by Walsh, public defenders at all. Yeah, Meta. Well, like I was saying before, people don't like hearing that stuff, but how do you get murder if there's no body? So, Enigma, we could do Diablo sauce and voice chat Friday. We could. I eat voice chat. I eat Diablo sauce on a pretty regular basis. Southern Eagleman, Russell's a trip. Speaking of that, I don't think he's going to be in the chat this week. I can't remember if it's this week or next week. When are you leaving, Russell? When are you going on your trip? Mana, Jeff's missing for 3 days. Freaking guys driving around looking for deer. No, I don't have to look for the deer. They look for me. What's up, Booze of Flames? Happy freedom. Booze of Flame. I like turtles. That's right. What's up, Salty Ginger? Happy freedom. What's up, Eddie? Happy freedom to you. Matt Rogers. The definition of the word Subaru is unite. Interesting. I wonder how that came about. Chase Brad got 99 problems, but a body ain't one. That's right. No body, no case. That's what we thought, but they showed us, didn't they? Either way, moving forward here, like I said, cooking the books. Police chief resigns after being accused of cooking crime data in D.C. Now, before we get into this, I'm going to remind you, hooligans, that our friend Larry could really use your help. Larry's been in and out of the hospital recently, and he also is in need of a kidney transplant. He's got a lot going on. I put together a page for him over on the website. It's got his stories, details, links, and we even made a GoFundMe. If there is any way you can help our friend Larry, please go check out his page over on the website. There you go. There's the link. Go do the thing. All right, like I said, D.C. police chief resigns because they're being accused of writing down false information as their crime data. And there's no consequence for that. Apparently, that's totally fine. Hit that like button if you haven't already. And let's get into this.
And moments ago, U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro here in Washington, D.C., responding to allegations the D.C. crime data was manipulated by the outgoing police chief, Pamela Smith. That claim coming from a new House Oversight Committee report. Our congressional correspondent, Bill Malugin, with the latest on Capitol Hill. Bill?
Well, John, Republicans on the House Oversight Committee say their investigation concluded that this outgoing D.C. police chief was trying to make the city seem a whole lot safer than it really was, and she was doing it by allegedly cooking the books on crime statistics. So the Republicans on the committee say their investigation consisted of interviewing 7 different D.C. Metro police commanders who represent all of the patrol districts out here. That included a former commander who's currently suspended for allegedly tampering with crime stats in his own district. And these are some of the conclusions they've made in their report. Number 1, they allege that D.C. Metro Police Chief Pamela Smith pressured commanders to report lower crime stats by any means necessary. Commanders testified that Chief Smith pushed them to pursue lesser charges that aren't publicly reported, even for serious crimes, and she also required certain crimes to be reviewed by her office. In a statement on this report, House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer says in part, quote, Chief Pamela Smith coerced staff to report artificially low crime data and cultivated a culture of fear to achieve her agenda. Chief Smith's decision to mislead the public by manipulating crime stats is dangerous and undermines trust in both local leadership and law enforcement. Meanwhile, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser was asked to respond to the House Oversight Committee Republicans' findings earlier this morning. Take a listen.
I don't see any evidence of that. If the claim is, and I don't think anybody has demonstrated that the police chief directed anybody to change numbers. When the committee provides me their backup information, which they haven't, when the committee provided the report to the Washington Post before they provided it to us, highly unusual when you're talking about an audit of numbers.
And John, just moments ago, the U.S. Attorney here in D.C., Jeanine Pirro, responded to this report. She put out a statement on X, which essentially says that, yes, these crime stats were manipulated, and the manipulation of that data shows that President Trump has reduced crime here in D.C. a whole lot more than initially thought. She went on to say that what happened here with the crime stats does not rise to the level of any criminal charges or a crime, but that the D.C. Police Department has to change their practices moving forward. We'll send it back to you.
Yeah, I know that before everything changed in the summer, we were all hearing, well, the crime is down in D.C., and none of us had anything to peg that to. So
yeah,
we'll see where this goes from here. Welcome to D.C., by the way, again, Bill.
Thanks, John. Appreciate it.
All right. Sandra?
Hey, Sean Hannity here.
Okay. It's just like the Mar-a-Lago stuff. It's just like, hey, we did all this stuff that we weren't supposed to do. We're just letting you guys know that we did it. Don't worry. Nobody's going to jail. Nobody's going to be in trouble. They're saying the police chief in D.C. is accused of manipulating crime numbers in D.C. That was redundant. The D.C. was redundant. That's too bad. Oversight committee audited and determined that the police chief was pressuring commanders to report lower crime statistics by any means necessary. The police chief would push for criminals to get tried for lesser crimes and required certain crimes to be reviewed by her office. Comer is mentioned saying roughly that the police chief intentionally misled the public about crime statistics in D.C. The mayor was downplaying the entire situation, just saying it's not a big deal at all. And at the end of the video, they say that there will not be any legal consequence for this, but the police department needs to do a better job of keeping the books accurate in the future. Might as well just censure those people. It's a whole bunch of nothing. Whole bunch of nothing. They admitted about lying about crime in D.C., and there is no consequence to it. And they just admit it. They just admit that that's okay. That they can do that, and every other city can do that, and it's just fine. That's good news. Next up, we got the last little bit of the news, and it is lefties losing it. Today it's titled, Chile Goes Right. Latin America Becomes Based. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about the crime in D.C. and how it's all fake and gay. Zero, strongly worded letter incoming. Yeah, exactly. Guess, unusual. The Dems have been doing that for years. Yeah, well, I mean, why stop? There's no consequence. What's up, Michael? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Dagnar? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Watchman? Happy freedom. Patriot Dad, you gonna get yourself a PS5? Well, that's badass. I remember when those things were hard to find. You weren't even able to buy one. They were like out of stock. What's up, Pickles? Happy freedom to you. Abby girl. This crap went on under Biden while millions of illegals came across the border. Crime went up and they lied about it in cities across the country. Yep. Well, and they were saying the same thing about Chicago. They're saying, oh no, crime's down in Chicago. No, it's not. No, it is not. That's like one of the worst places to live in the country right now. No, it's not. They said the same thing about Los Angeles. They're like, crime's down. We don't need National Guard here. Like, what do you mean? You got illegals protesting that they don't want to go back home while waving Mexican flags because they love their country so much. And it's like, they're just a bunch of liars. A bunch of liars. Meta Alan Jackson is representing Nick Reiner, most likely on retainer for the estate. His parents' estate is paying for his defense. Rob Reiner, worth $200 million here, is crazy. Yeah. The legal system's not about innocent and guilty. It's about defending who has the most money. And it shouldn't be that way, but unfortunately it is that way. What's up, Tony Rich? Happy freedom to you. So Charmaine, happy freedom to you. Hear the crime numbers in Arizona are being downplayed there also. See, they need to investigate all these places, and they probably will, depending on how things are rolling. They're talking about sending National Guard everywhere, which I don't know how to feel about that. I want crime to, actually get cracked down on, but I don't really want to live in a police state. Guess crime is down, but yeah, we got to raise taxes to fight crime. Yeah, I was dodging potholes today. I'm like, when you guys going to fix these damn roads? Every time they campaign, they're like, we're going to fix the roads. Well, get on it. It's been the entire existence of Michigan. You guys been promising to fix the fucking roads. When are you going to do that? I hate it. All right, I'm pulling up Lefty's Losing It. What color is Rita wearing today? Don't cheat. Last time you guys were all cheating and stuff. I can tell, okay? I can tell. So you guys are going to ruin it. Don't cheat. What color is she wearing today? Jay Tyler, I can't read that out loud, but you are absolutely right. You are right. She is. I gotta say it every time I see her. She looks like Jack Nicholson playing the Joker. That's exactly what she looks like. She needs to stop injecting her face. She needs to take the face paint off and go sit down somewhere, Zero is saying yellow. Bill Clay is saying blue. Jagular, they're doing that in every blue state? Yes. Cass is saying red. Watchman saying green. Giggling Spy is saying yellow. Sly Dog saying blue. Jagula is saying yellow. Snarl saying pink. Tula Care saying farple. It's probably farple. Jesus People saying orange. MU saying Christmas red. Michael saying brown frown. It could be. Jay Tyler saying purple. Southern Eagleman, thank you so much for gifting a sub over on Twitch. You're a badass, Southern Eagleman. Thank you so much for the support. Southern Eagleman saying red. Nugging Foot saying green. Derek saying yellow. Salty Ginger saying white and pink. Mr. Lynn is saying pink. Salty Ginger, she's been wearing a pink shirt under her jackets a lot. Maybe it's her work shirt. Fuchsia Live Review says. Dagnar Forging red. Michael Purple Drank. You can't keep. You guys get one guess. Tilda Care. Grimace Purple. You guys are getting real specific here. Meta saying polka dot. Make sure we get everybody. Cast your vote. Rappy saying yellow. I think we got everybody. All right. So this is what color she's wearing today. I'd say yellow, but you guys can say, nah, that's Big Bird's anus color, something or other. Anyways, that's fine. Go ahead and hit that like button, and let's get into lefties losing their marbles.
It's time for Lefties Losing It. Now, if you thought the horrific Islamist terror attack on Bondi Beach, an attack targeted against the Jewish community, would inspire some self-reflection from anti-Israeli activists like Greta Thunberg, well, you'd be wrong. No, far from even mentioning that awful preventable tragedy in Bondi, Greta Thunberg has posted a message in support of anti-Israeli activists in British prisons. Activists locked up for their alleged support of a terror group and for charges such as breaking into an RAF facility. They're the real victims in Greta's eyes.
Today, I and people all over the world are sending solidarity to the 8 individuals who are on hunger strike in British prisons, demanding that the government meets their demands of immediate bail, a right to fair trial, the deprescription of Palestine action, and an end to censorship. These individuals have been held in prison, some for over a year, without trial, and are currently unconvicted of any crime to date. They are on 42 days of hunger striking, a critical point that could lead to irreversible damage to their health and bodies.
irreversible damage, she says. I wonder if there was a way to avoid that. I don't know, maybe these next lads can offer a solution.
Our friends are starving to death in UK prisons!
Have a sandwich then and get a job. That's brilliant advice right there. Now, I do wonder if there will be any self-reflection from other anti-Israeli activists like Abby Chatfield. She's been among those who have normalised hatred of Zionists, who have used the word Zionist as if it's a slur, as if believing in Israel's right to exist and defend itself is some sort of high crime. Wonder if there will be an apology or a vow to do better, perhaps a vow to stop posting poisonous trash like this next clip I'm going to show you, where Abby Chatfield called on Americans to murder President Trump. Yep, she really posted this just a few months ago.
Americans, when are you going to do it? Why isn't it already done? Every day there's another happening, right? Awful for your country. Awful, right? Why don't we redirect this energy to something else? You know? There's all these incels that are going, oh my so they go and do. You know what would actually make people respect you a little bit and make people want you? Is if you did it. You get heaps of fan mail. Oh my God. Just do it.
Hello, life.
Yeah, it's funny how the crackdown on so-called hate speech never seems to include the trash being spewed there. Now, here is a dose of weapon-grade chutzpah courtesy of CNN anchor Jake Tapper. Here he explains why he is hyper-fixated on Donald Trump's age.
We cover it all the time on my show, all the time. And I think that is to a large degree because we saw what happened with Biden, and while we covered it, we didn't cover it. Maybe we didn't ask as many questions as we should have at the time. And I think it is a legitimate question for any president of any age, but particularly anybody who is like in the range of being an octogenarian, right? We cover it all the time.
So let me get this straight. The guy who refused to cover Joe Biden's obvious cognitive decline, indeed he attacked those of us who pointed out the very obvious cognitive decline, and then he wrote a book acting like he was breaking news on Biden's mental acuity, but he only wrote that book after Biden was dumped by the Democrats, and now he's acting like his failure to properly scrutinise Democrats is why he must be obsessively negative about Donald Trump. Makes perfect sense. Now, you know MSNBC's Nicole Wallace, or MS Now, whatever they're called these days. Nicole Wallace, well, she's a little batshit crazy on TV, but she really reserves the weapon-grade crazy for her podcast, where she seems to feature the worst opinions in America. This week, it's alleged comic and actress Leslie Jones.
How do you think it ends? How do you think the era ends?
Girl, this is what I'm hoping, that midterms people come out and vote like crazy to switch it over, and then the reckoning comes. That's what I want. Everybody that worked for ICE, I want them in jail. I just want a reckoning. Y'all know y'all did wrong stuff. You know some of the stuff you did was so wrong. I need a reckoning. Because to me, that's the only thing that's going to make it right.
And you thought she was terrible in Ghostbusters, and yeah, she was. What a horrid piece of work. Wanting ICE agents to go to jail for doing their jobs, detaining illegal immigrants, including rapists and killers. Now, here's another former guest of Nicole Wallace's awful podcast, a former MSNBC anchor, Joy Reid, who is so far off the reservation, so extreme in her hard left views, that she actually seems to believe that the leftist media isn't left at all.
There's no liberal media. It's never existed other than in independent media. This is liberal media where we are right now on the left hook. Other than that, corporate media, there's nothing liberal about it. The owners are conservatives who want to do business with Trump.
Now, let's hear from Democrat Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, who had this to say about the Islamist terrorist attack at Bondi.
Become a normal occurrence.
not just in the United States, but now seeing it in Australia, who's worked really hard to create gun prevention laws to prevent the kind of tragedy that took place today.
Yep, so after two men carrying an Islamic State flag in their car gunned down innocent people at the beach targeting a Jewish event, Elon wants to talk about gun laws. Never mind that Australia has some of the toughest gun laws anywhere in the world. Let's bring in Sky News contributor Kosha Gator.
Okay, this lefty's losing their marbles there. And Rita in the brightest jacket she could find. That is all the news I had for you hooligans today. We are going to be getting into the fun stuff. We're going to be opening today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne. And we got our two funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Stoner. It's titled, Oh Baby Baby. And our official funny video of the day was provided by Who Through, and it's titled, When Even the Cop Laughs. All of that's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat and see what you hooligans think about lefties losing their marbles. Jay Spray, rule of law, if you bang your brother, you're not smart. That's right, Jay Spray. It's fair. That's fair. Matt Rogers, Joy Reid is brain dead. She is. The TDS is rotten. It's rotted her nugget. 10 Man, the reckoning on D's nuts. What's up, Anakin? Happy freedom. Bill Clay, Elon over Ilhan. All day. What's up, Antiseptic? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Lone Wolf? Happy freedom. The amount of gaslighting is astounding. Yeah, that's all they got is gaslighting. Yeah, Rappy, you get a gold star for the day because you guessed right without cheating. They were cheating on the website. They went and posted the screenshot of today's video. I'm just going to let it slide today, but if we keep cheating, we're not going to do it anymore. Antiseptic. That dude's name was Greta? And that's what they keep telling us. Mad World, that's my line. Sky News also does Mad World on like Friday or Saturday or something like that, and it's like a variation of lefties losing it. It's not as funny though. The guy that does it is very British, and I don't think British people are funny. I don't know. It's nothing against British people. I just don't think they're funny. I just don't. They're not funny to me. I need things to be harsh. I need things to be dark humor. I need things to be relatable. And there's nothing going on in Great Britain that's relatable to me. So it just is what it is. Rita, she makes it work. She makes it work. I know she's got the accent. She's an American though. So I don't know. There's just something about the way she does it that it works. Mad World is also like 11 minutes long. And there's no good time to like cut it. And so I don't know. I don't know, but that's why we don't show Mad World. We've done it like once or twice and it's too much. What's up, Find It Fix It? Happy freedom. She's damaged. Yeah, lefties are like that. What's up, Andrew? Happy freedom. What's up, Michael Hawk? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Daniel? Happy freedom. What's up, Tar Kitty? Happy freedom to you if I can get you already. How many free vax she get? An American Operation Warp Speed, 84% free health care for the sheep. Yep, they loved it. Derek, British people are not funny. We are the home of comedy. Yeah, and you guys thought we were British until we taught you otherwise. And so it is. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. And it's probably not all British people. I saw, what is the Walking Dead spoof movie? Shaun of the Dead. That was funny. So, there. Okay? I shouldn't have said all British people are not funny. It's just the British people that I've ever seen on TV for the most part, other than Shaun of the Dead, is not funny. And it's just to me. It's just to me. So don't be offended. It's not you. I think you're hilarious. You're a great hooligan. Don't worry about it. Patriot Dad, The Young Ones was funny. 80s Brit comedy. I think Russell was showing us something that was like a 80s sitcom or 90s sitcom that was British. And that was kind of funny. Mr. Bean is funny. See, I don't think that stuff's funny. I got a weird sense of humor. It's my fault. It's nobody else's fault. What's up, Captain Seamus? Happy freedom to you. Now everybody's going to be all mad at me. I can't make it through one live without people getting mad at me. It's just, you know, it's part of the song and dance, I suppose. Zero, Benny Hill. I don't know who that is. Monty Python. That stuff's okay. I guess it was funny. I do remember it being funny. Here Juicer sent me The Holy Grail and something else. And those movies were pretty funny, I suppose. Either way, moving forward here, like I said, we're going to get into the fun stuff. We're going to open today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne. And we got our 2 funny videos of the day. But before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use the links in the video description. We have PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Zelle, Venmo, Locals, Buy Me a Coffee. You can send something to the P.O. Box, or you can even send crypto. Let's see what we get today from the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne. Now we got to remember what day is today. I'm trying to remember what day was yesterday. Was it 17 yesterday? We've already been in 17. Jesus, that sounds awful. Today is day 18. Right here. Day 18. Let's see what we get today. How's Daniels? You better wake up. Yeah, that's right. You wake up. Part of the show here. What is this? I think it's a magnet. What is it for, though? It's got an interesting crease in it. I have questions. You guys are going to have to help me figure this out. I am almost 100% positive this is a magnet, so I don't want to stick it too damn close to the camera. It's got the Vault Tech logo, but you can see this crease down the middle, and you can see the magnets on the back, and there's like this hinge. Is this a thing? Is this a bookmark, maybe? I mean, obviously it was done intentionally, otherwise these two sides would repel each other and not stick together as they are. What, I can't get it undone? Weak. I'm weak. Anyways, I think that might be what it is. It might be a bookmark. Either way, it's going right on my fridge because I love it. Thank you so much, Tori Wayne. I really appreciate it. I got to be careful where I stick this. I don't want any problems. As a man, there's a couple times you have that kind of options. Anyways, I will stick that on my fridge right after live because I love it. Anyways, let's get into these funny videos here. This first one was provided by Stoner. Remember, man, stick it somewhere safe. Anyways. Bang. Getting into our first funny video of the day. It was provided by Stoner, or it is provided by Stoner. Today it's titled, Oh Baby Baby.
Kiss me, beneath the milky twilight, leave me.
I remember my first kiss. Getting into our official funny video of the day. Today it was provided by Who Through. Low Discord. Like I said, this was provided by Who Through. It's titled, When Even the Cop Laughs.
I'd rather have my cousin than you. Holy shit. Cops giggle.
Smoked her. That guy must be from Alabama. Anyways, that is all the coffee I had for you hooligans today. Grab this link really quick. I'm going to drop it in all the chats. We're going to read through. We got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up. And then we're raiding out over on Rumble. Is there a money clip? Oh, it could be a money clip. I didn't think about that. Alright, hooligans, there is the link where all of my links are listed. So if you'd like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, we'd really appreciate it. All of your guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday, because we've got to have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there keeping the conversation going 24/7. And we have 2 news boards to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website, it is the best way to experience the live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links right there while watching the live. You'll have access to Hooligans Alley, which is our private social media area. You'll have access to the forums, the arcade, the Hooligan AI, and our advanced messaging system with the built-in group chat. So definitely go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. It's the home of the Hooligans. Like I said, we're going to read through. We got the pledge coming up, and then we're raiding out over on Rumble. Chemshaves, we are the most special over here on the site. That's how we keep it. I was going to name it the Short Bus, but that domain was already taken. Said, man, Rotella yesterday. Yeah, we're going to see if cat dogs roll in. I feel like it could be a cat dog kind of day today. Loot review, Mr. Bean is not funny, and I like you more for saying it out loud. I was trying to be gentle to everyone's feelings. I just don't think that kind of stuff is funny. I don't know. I don't want to dig a bigger hole telling you guys the long list of people that I just wish was funny, but they're just not. It's just, there's something wrong with me. I don't know. I just don't think certain things are funny. Captain Seamus, I own an actual short bus. I want to go on tour, Captain Seamus. We need the short bus. We got to do the thing. Jay Tyler, in God we trust. That's right. 100%. Snarl, I keep my bank card in my money clip. Those magnets would wreck it. Yeah, I don't know if it's a money clip or not. I think it's supposed to be a bookmark, just because the magnets are set to attract each other versus repel each other, right? The law of how magnets work. I'm gonna stick it on my fridge though. It's gonna make good use there, because I don't know. I actually been buying fridge magnets. I know that sounds stupid, but I just bought 5 of them from the dollar store a couple weeks ago. It's got, like, one of them's got an image of Jesus, and it says "I saw that," and it's like memes on them, and I just think they're funny. And this is gonna do well up there, up on the fridge. Jay Tyler, LFA TV. I'll have to see who that is. Oh, they might be too big for us. These big channels don't raid. They don't do raids. We'll see. We'll see if we can. They got 500 people in chat right now. Not one hooligan though. I don't see any hooligans in the chat. I don't know if you guys know that. I go to other people's chat and I scroll through, and you should see the look on my face if I see other hooligans there. Anyways, we'll see about raiding these guys in a second. We're still reading through. A lot of you guys think it's a money clip. Maybe it is a money clip. Watch me. You just don't like being called a wanker. I mean, I guess it's like calling me a dick, and I guess that's not what's actually happening, but that's what it always sounds like. You know, because you're touching your wanker and you're not supposed to. So I don't know. It is what it is. Ramsey, have we rated Handy News? Not this week, but I was thinking about either Handy News or Cat Dog, but we might raid LFA TV. And if they acknowledge us, maybe they'll raid us back, and that'd be cool, I suppose. We could always have more friends, right? Cass, LFA doesn't raid out. That sucks. We'll raid them anyways, just to try and get some good, I don't really like the phrase karma, but get some brownie points, right? You put good things into the world, and a lot of times it will bring good things to you. And so we'll just go ahead and raid them, and we'll do the thing. Cass, they won't acknowledge us. That's okay. We're already set to do it, so we'll just do it, and it'll be fine. Unless they're wrapping this shit up. They might be wrapping it up. We'll see. Oh, I appreciate you, Rappy. Enjoy the rest of your night. Meta, Klaus waving his tail at us. I don't know why he's acting all tired, and so he ain't that tired. As soon as I cut the live off, he's the most lively cat ever. He just is acting like he's tired. He's a good actor. Derek, no, I'm not trying to insult your entire nation. I misspoke. I'm poor at communication skills. Sorry. Cass, who's the host? I don't know, some woman. That probably doesn't clear it up. It seems like they're wrapping it up. They've been live for 4 hours, and they're doing all this advertisement and crap, and they're like, I don't know. I think they might be wrapping it up. Yeah, everybody's saying have a good night. So yeah, we're gonna move forward here. We are going to rate. Wait. Why is the White House live? President Trump participates in the Hanukkah reception. How come you guys didn't tell me Trump was live? Glamour's live. Grimm is live. Rotella's live, but we already rated Rotella. Frag's live. Toasty's live. Misfits live. Handy's live. Well, shit. Let's cover the president, and then we will do the Pledge of Allegiance, and then we will see who is live after that. I'd really like to raid Grimm because Grimm is doing a special Christmas thing. You know how Grimm is. He goes all out. He's a fantastic entertainer and live streamer. So I think we're going to end up raiding Grimm, but first, let's put on the president. I'm going to have to go to YouTube because the fucking Rumble video is all freezing every 10 seconds, and I just don't want to deal with that. So let me pull up the White House. We're going to show President Trump playing Hanukkah or whatever. If you like Hanukkah, good for you. I don't know how it's phrased, but he's doing the thing, so let's watch him do the thing. Hit that like button. Here we go.
When they reclaimed the Holy Temple, they found only a single flask of sacred oil, just enough to keep the menorah's light burning for one night. They wanted that light to burn just for one night. Yet, as the story goes, that small flame endured for 8 days. Do you know that story? Does everybody know that story? For thousands of years, the miracle of Hanukkah.
Apparently, he's been live for 18 minutes.
God's love for the Jewish people, as well as their enduring resilience and faith in the face of centuries of persecution, centuries. And it continues. It continues. Who would believe this could continue? And it sort of started here with schools and universities, and Harmeet's taking care of that situation very strongly in the Department of Justice, right? Who would believe it? But we're grateful to be joined by another reminder of that unbreakable strength, two courageous survivors of the Nazi Holocaust, Jerry Worotsky and Michael Bornstein. Where are they? Where are you guys? Well, you look good. You look better than I do. You look fantastic. Jerry was only 9 years old when the Nazis invaded Poland. He lost both of his parents in the camps, but refused to let their murder defeat him. After the war, he came to New York, where he had an incredibly successful career, became very successful, and became a good friend of Melania and myself. And I want to thank you, Jerry. And that's incredible what took place. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you very much. And Michael Bornstein lost both his father and mother in Auschwitz when he was just a very young man, a toddler actually. Through the love and sacrifice of other family members, he managed to survive and reunite with his mother in later years. They would come to America, where Michael received a scholarship to college and eventually earned a PhD in chemistry and became one of the most brilliant chemists anywhere around. So Michael and Jerry, I want to just thank you. We're honored to have you. This whole group of people are very honored to have you both. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Michael. As President of the United States, I will always support Jewish Americans, and I will always be a friend and a champion to the Jewish people. I have been. And I will say, you know, if you go back 10, 12, 15 years ago at the most, the strongest lobby in Washington was the Jewish lobby. It was Israel. That's no longer true. You have to be very careful. You have a Congress in particular which is becoming anti-Semitic. You have AOC +3. You have those people, Ilhan Omar, she hates Jewish people. And you have to be very careful because there's been a big change. You know, if you go back 15 years ago, I'm not Jewish, but my father was very friendly with many, many Jewish people, was honored by Federation. I would go with him the Federation of Jewish Philanthropies, and many other things. And we grew up respecting and loving Jewish people. You know, you don't even think about it. In Brooklyn and Queens mostly. And my father didn't go to Manhattan. He never went to Manhattan from the standpoint. He could never understand how in Brooklyn you could buy a piece of land for $3 a foot, and how in Manhattan you had to pay $1,000 a foot. He said, I can't get that. I don't like it. I like to buy it for $3. So it was different. It's a different thinking. In a way, I'm glad he didn't do that, because he let me have some of that fun. And I had a lot of fun in Manhattan. We did great. But my father would tell me the most powerful lobby that there is in this country is the Jewish lobby. It's the Israeli lobby. It's not that way anymore. You have a lot of people in your way. You have a lot of people that don't want to help Israel. You have a lot of people in Congress that don't like Israel. You have a lot of people in Congress that, in a way, I think, Mike, we could say it, right? You're there. You're doing an amazing job, Mike Lawler. They hate Israel. They hate Israel. And if you would have told me 15 years ago that that was possible, Jason, I would have said, there's no way. There's no way that's possible. But it's happening. And obviously it's getting progressively worse. Less so in the Senate, but the Senate's starting also. You get glimmers, you know, when I'm in the back rooms talking to people, you get glimmers of statements that you say, whoa, where did that come from? So we have to be, Sid, we have to be very careful, because bad things are happening. And then you see what goes on in Australia, or October 7th. How about October 7th? And then you have people that deny it ever happened. How about the people that deny, like they deny the Holocaust, but you know, you figure, well, that's just many years. Well, October 7th is not many years at all. And you have people that deny October. I saw tape that I wish I never saw it, actually. I wish I never saw it. I got to see tape that some of you got to see, but as president, I got to see things I wish I never saw. But there's no denying it. But then they'll say, oh, the tape was a rigged tape. It was a tape that never existed. They made it up. It's just propaganda. I don't know if they believe it. I don't think they believe it, but you have to be very, very careful. Bad things are happening, and we're not going to let that happen. While I'm president and the DOJ and Harmeet, we're not going to let it happen. But please, please be vigilant and careful, because you have some bad people that are now in Congress that were unthinkable to be in Congress 12, 13, 14 years ago, 15 years ago. Within days of taking office, I signed a historic executive order to combat the vile scourge of anti-Semitism, as you know. It's the strongest executive order of its kind ever signed. And we're also mobilizing federal resources to protect Jewish students and faculty. The faculty is under siege. The students are under siege. When you look at Columbia, you look at Harvard, you look at some of these schools, what's going on. But the faculty on campuses across America and are deporting foreign jihadist sympathizers and terrorist supporters at record levels. We're deporting them. We're not putting them in jails, we're deporting them. I terminated the disastrous Iran nuclear deal, and this summer we obliterated Iran's nuclear program like nobody's ever seen. And even that CNN fake news, they're back there, the camera's roaring. The light will go off in any second now. They hate when I mention their name because they know it's only bad, because they're crooked as hell. They're fake news, you know, the term. I think it's one of my better terms, Sid, right? I don't think anybody takes it away. We have some good ones, Pocahontas, but I think fake news is probably pretty good. The only problem is it's actually not strong enough. You know, fake, it's crooked, corrupt, disgusting news, but we'll have to do with fake. But fake, Sid, fake isn't strong enough. That's the only problem. It's actually, I wish I could come up with a word that's really more powerful than fake, but fake is good enough. But CNN with the attack on Iran, they said, well, I used the word we obliterated them. You know why? Because the pilots told me they know better than anybody, and the pilots told everything, and then we had visuals. These pilots are coming back after having endured the most dangerous ride. I said, did you guys, you know, I had them all to the Oval Office after 2 weeks after the attack, I had them all. I had the pilots and I had the people that maintained the planes. I had the people that fly the tankers. You know, we had 52 tankers because we had the 7 major planes. We also had 4 planes flying in different, of the B-2, flying in different directions. Iran didn't know what the hell was happening. But we had a whole force of F-22s, most beautiful fighter jet ever made, most powerful fighter jet ever made. And F-35's a brand new one. And they're stealth. Believe me, they're stealth because they went into Iranian airspace and Iran never saw anything. And it was, think of this, 2 o'clock in the morning. It was dark at night. There was no moon at all, no light, no nothing. And every single bomb went right down those air shafts into granite mountains, right down those air shafts. At 2 o'clock in the morning with no vision, every single bomb hit its target. And CNN said on the way back, they were on the way, they hadn't even landed yet, well, maybe the attack wasn't that bad. Because I used the word obliteration. I turned out to be right. The Atomic Energy Commission shortly thereafter said it was total obliteration. Iran actually said it was total obliteration. In fact, they said touchdown. Yeah, it was a touchdown. But it was amazing. And we've never had an apology from CNN, you know. So you have fake news against you, fake news. And I didn't fight for you. I wasn't fighting for you there. I was fighting for those pilots that were so brave to go there. When they came into the Oval Office, I said, you can't seriously enjoy this. They said, sir, we enjoy every minute of it. We were practicing this and the predecessors. We were practicing for 22 years, they said. For 22 years they were practicing. And no president had the courage to let them go and do that. They wanted to do it for 22 years. And the predecessors mean the young pilots at the time. But for 22 years, 3 times a year, they were practicing that run. And I'm the one that said, let's go get them, let's do it. And if we didn't, and they thanked me. But I did say to the pilots, you know, enough is enough. I said, do you really like being in that plane when they're waiting for you? They know you're coming, it's dark, it's cold, it's everything is, and you're in a plane, and there are bullets flying all over the place, sir. I wouldn't trade this for anything in the world. Can you believe these people? And I love you people, but I'm not getting in that plane. I love you guys, but these people are unbelievable. The talent they have, the way they can fly those things, the way they can aim it at a target in the dark of night, the darkest you've ever seen. They wanted to be as dark as possible. They didn't want anything. And the only time anybody could see those planes was when those bomb chutes open up, because it becomes totally unstealth when it goes. I explained that to Mark Levin once. You're going in, you go like this, and as soon as it goes like this, for some reason, the plane is totally visible, not good. And I watched it happening, and just, it's like I'm sitting home watching it. You know, it's amazing. The Situation Room is an amazing place. But I watched him go, bing, bing. It went bing, bing, and 2 massive 100,000-pound bombs come pouring out. And the job they did was incredible. I mean, compare that to, I mean, look, I thought he was a nice man, but compare that to the Jimmy Carter attack on Iran. That was not good, with the helicopters and the men running all over the place trying to get the hell out of there. This was not good. This was the single greatest military attack that anyone's ever seen. And that sort of put an end to, we helped Israel very much, as you know, with their attacks on Iran before that, but that really put an end to it because they were about a month away from having a nuclear weapon. I officially recognize the true capital of Israel and opened the American embassy in Jerusalem. Is Julie good? She right? Where's Julie? Oh, good. I thought it was you that went down. It wasn't you? Oh, good. I was worried about, I didn't care about anybody else. I said, is Julie in trouble? I thought it was you. Good. It's somebody else. I wish them good luck, but I don't want that to happen to Julie. That's Mark's wife, by the way. And we love Julie. But I didn't see Julie ever going down. She's not, she's like a rock, right? Mark, she's a rock. I wouldn't want to have her as my enemy. She was also a great lawyer, by the way. I also recognize the Israeli sovereignty over the Golan Heights. Right? And that's one they didn't even ask me. Even Sheldon, who was the most aggressive human being there is in the entire world, this incredible woman, although she had total control. He was aggressive with everybody, but Miriam, he wouldn't play games with Miriam, but he was actually a sweetheart. But he never even asked me about the Golan Heights because he said, that's a step too far. I actually gave it because I called up. I heard so much about Golan Heights. From Jason Greenblatt, I heard it, from so many people. And I actually asked David Friedman. I said, he was the ambassador at the time, good guy. He said, and by the way, Mike Huckabee's doing a great job now. Two good ones, two very good ones. But I asked David Friedman, I don't know if David's here, but I asked him because he is so Israel-oriented. I mean, he's great. I said, David, tell me about Golan Heights in 5 minutes or less. You know, I'm taking in like 1,000 years of history in 5 minutes. I said, give it to me in 5 minutes or less. And after about 2 minutes, I said, I understand. You need it so badly for so many other reasons. You need it for defense. You know, in the old days, before we had all the sophisticated radar and all the things, it was everything because you were up high. But I learned enough, and I signed the Golan Heights, the rights to the Golan Heights over to Israel. Nobody thought that was possible to get. They've been working on it for 70 years, Mark. 70 years. You know, planes would fly into places that have meetings that would last 2-3 days. All they talked about was the Golan Heights, right, Jason? And nobody ever did anything, but I did it, and we did it quickly. And I say, good luck to you. Then I found out the value of it, trillions of dollars. It could be worth, if you think, trillions of dollars. I said, maybe I should have asked him for something. But with Jared Kushner's help, Jared has been a great fan of Israel, the Kushner family. And by the way, how good is Steve Witkoff doing, right? You know, I got Steve involved in Russia, Ukraine, and the Middle East. We have, by the way, bottom line, we have legitimate peace in the Middle East. You know, you may have a little outbreak every once, but we have 59 countries all signed on. They'll do whatever is necessary. And Hamas, say what you want. Hamas, you know, we got back all of the hostages and all of the dead, young, beautiful people that were dead. And nobody thought that would happen. In fact, I even said, the toughest are going to be that final 20. We're never going to get them. But we played very tough, and we were very tough. We meant it. And we wanted to get back the 28 dead. 28 dead, young, beautiful people dead. Most of them, I think, pretty young. All of them pretty young. And the parents came up to me, and I told the story before. We had another little celebration of Hanukkah before. But I told the story before where the parents were as dedicated to getting their dead son back as they were to getting the live son back. It was an amazing and a beautiful thing, but I didn't think it would be possible. And then when we got the 20 back, when we got the live back, we didn't have anywhere close to the 28 dead. And I said, there's no way, but I said, you got to get it back. You got to get them back. I told that to Hamas, you got to get them back. And you know what? One by one, we got them back. And we got the last one back. We got them all back. And amazing, though, those parents were as dedicated. I can't say more, but they were as dedicated as the parents who knew their son was alive, and they begged to have him. And I'm very proud of it. I thought the last 20, and it was tough. Yeah, I didn't know. But Steve Witkoff was great. Jared Kushner was great. And, you know, Jared's a brilliant guy, we all know. But Steve's a great deal maker. But I noticed one thing about him. He had the greatest personality. He was a real estate guy in New York. He knew less about rivers and meets and bounds in Russia and the various places he's working on. He knew nothing about it. But I recognized for 20 years, I've been dealing with everybody in New York. I said, Steve has the best personality. I have other guys that are great deal makers, but you have to go into World War III before the deal. We didn't want that. I said, everybody loves Steve. He's a great deal maker, but everybody loves him. And that's what turned out to be. People love Steve. And I think we're going to be pretty close. I mean, we're going to see. I thought the easiest war to settle would be Russia, Ukraine, because they have a good relationship with Putin. It would have never happened if I were president. That would have never, and it didn't happen for 4 years. Putin understood, would have never, ever happened. But Steve has done a fantastic job, and he loves Israel, and he's done a great job. So we did Israel, and we did peace in the Middle East, and we have a real peace. That's a real peace. If Hamas acts up, they know it's big trouble. And we have Hezbollah, as you know, in Lebanon, and they're big trouble. But we have peace, and we have many countries that want to go in and take out Hezbollah if it happens, if we want to do it. Not just Israel. Many countries would do it. There's tremendous unity now in the Middle East, and we really do. We really have peace in the Middle East for the first time ever, so it's an honor. It's an honor. So we did our ceasefire agreement to end the war in Gaza, which everybody said was an impossibility, and we begin the new era of that beautiful peace in a place that nobody thought peace was possible, the Middle East. So congratulations, everybody in this room. Everybody wanted it. But the story of Hanukkah reminds us that light will always prevail over darkness, and faith and triumph over fear. Together, let us honor the eternal flame and the faith that has always protected the Jewish people. You are protected. You are special, special people. You are special people. So I want to thank everybody. I want to wish you all a happy Hanukkah. And you know, this is the first time that I've ever brought up notes to make a speech for. We call them the Christmas dinners. I call them the Christmas Hanukkah dinners, if that's okay. I hope you don't mind. But I call them New Year's dinners too. But I've made about 20 of them so far. I never had any others. I brought this up. You know why? I've done so much for Israel that I have to read. Look at it. I got like pages. And I don't want to leave anything out. I don't want to leave Golan Heights out. I want to tell you what we did. But it's an honor to help you. I have so many friends, and a lot of you are right in this audience. Very special group of people. You know, for every time we have one of these parties, we have to turn down 10 people for everyone that makes it. It's the White House. Soon you'll have a ballroom that's so big I can handle. And we just won the case today. Did you know that, Mark? We just won the case. We got sued. We're donating a $400 million ballroom. And we got sued not to build it. For 150 years, they've wanted a ballroom. And we're giving them, myself and donors are giving them, free of charge, for nothing. We're donating a building that's approximately 400 million. I think I'll do it for less. But it's 400. I should do it for less. I will do it for less. But just in case I say 400, otherwise if I go $3 over, the press will say, it costs more. I built under budget and ahead of schedule. Right, Jason? Always. I know how to build under budget. I build good. But we won the case. They asked for a restraining order to stop us from building a magnificent ballroom. I said, who would ask for a restraining? We're giving them, Sid, a $400 million. It'll be the most beautiful ballroom, and it'll handle inaugurations. It's got 5-inch thick glass windows. It's impenetrable by anything but a howitzer. It's impenetrable. Now, I will say, if I'm up making a speech someday, Mark, and I hear ding, 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 I'm out of there. But it's going to be one of the greatest. I think it'll be the greatest ballroom anywhere in the world. But I said, who else but in our country would sue to stop a $400 million beautiful ballroom that people have been after for the White House? The White House has wanted a ballroom for 150 years. You know, they used to use a tent, and they have a tent, and the tent would go in a very low area because it's the only area that can handle a big tent. And if it rained, the rain would go over the woman's beautiful shoes with the high heels, about 6-7 inches worth of water. They'd be sitting in the water, and people said, would rather have that than a brand new. This ballroom is going to be amazing. Also designed to handle the inauguration so that you have total safety from not only the weather. January 20th is always a disaster from a coldness standpoint. But, you know, we had it in the Capitol, and there was nothing more beautiful. But from a safety standpoint, we can do better. So we're going to have something that's really, really spectacular. And I thank the judge in the case for the courage in making the proper decision, because we didn't want to be held up. We would win that automatically anyway, but we didn't want to be held up or delayed. We want to go, and right outside you see the pile drivers going boom, 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 and my wife is being driven crazy. She said, this is not what I had in mind. You know, the first day she was great. She heard these piles that go down 150 feet into the ground, boom. Second day she was okay. Third day she wasn't thrilled, and after that it's been brutal. But you know what? You're going to have the greatest ballroom anywhere in the world, and you're going to love it. It's going to fit beautifully with the White House. Happy Hanukkah. Have a great year. We love you, and we love Israel. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Mark. Thank you.
They got yarmulkes with Trump's face on them. I didn't realize. They got Trump hats and Trump yarmulkes. This guy's good at merch. He's good at marketing. He knows what he's doing. I've never seen him throwing out Trump yarmulkes. There's nobody more entertaining than President Trump, I swear to God. He cracks me up. Look at Secret Service. They're like, come on, man. I don't really know what the event was about. There was some ass kissing going on, but as long as everybody's happy. That's what President Trump likes to do. He likes to make sure that everybody is comfortable and happy. Taking care of people. Kev Shamus, yeah, yarmulkes with fight. Nice. Oh, hold on. What are we doing?
Mr. President, you know that I'm Jewish. You know that I'm American. You heard? Yeah. You know that I'm American, but you may not know that a very large part of my family lives in Australia. And that includes some of those who had escaped the attack and some who didn't. And all I can say is, listening to them on the other side of the world speak about you, you don't just express solidarity, you practice solidarity with the Jewish people. And you practice solidarity with Israel, perhaps in a way we've never seen before, to the extent that many people say, and many people believe, that you may very well be, even among the friends of Israel and the Jewish people we've had, the most, the strongest, the deepest friend that Israel and the Jewish people have ever had here in the White House. That's not to negate anything anyone has done for us, but just to tell you how so many people feel about you. We're going to light the menorah, which gives us a message of the victory of right over might, of justice over tyranny, of light over darkness. And it is especially in this time when the Jewish people has so much of a burden that we need this light. We need this strength, not only from each other, but from you, Mr. President, who constantly remind the world that even if they all turn against us, God forbid, you never will. And so I think that it is a great honor that I've been invited to lead the lighting of the menorah here this year. And I want to wish you and your family good health and happiness, strength and safety to our troops, serving stateside abroad. May God bless America. May God bless Israel. May God bless the Jewish people. Thank you. We're going to make two blessings. We're going to make two blessings, after which we're going to light 3 candles. And then all those who know the words can join us in Ma'oz Tzur. please join if you know the words and the tune. Thank you very much. Wish everyone a happy Hanukkah. Thank you.
Happy Hanukkah. Hello, everyone. So I'm Howard Lutnick, and I am proud to serve as the Secretary of Commerce for President Trump. President Trump, from the campaign trail and every day since, has been committed to the Jewish people and to Israel. And I told everyone on the campaign trail that President Trump would be the best friend in the White House the Jews and Israel has ever had, and he has delivered exactly that, exactly that. He speaks with moral clarity. When the fake news would come at him and say Israel and the IDF were committing genocide, each and every time he came at the media, at the fake news, and said, no, it was October 7th when they murdered, they raped, and they killed babies. He made it crystal clear each and every time, and that is why I love serving in the administration of Donald J. Trump, the greatest president ever. Thank you. Happy Hanukkah, everyone.
Sound like Jewish rap beats for a second there. It was working for a moment. There was something happening. Anyways, that was President Trump. I didn't know that was happening, but we covered it anyway. Good stuff. Like I said, President Trump taking care of people, making them feel comfortable, and all of that, as he does. Well, we're getting ready to do the pledge, and then we're going to raid out over on Rumble. Let's figure out who's live now. That's how we found out that he was live in the first place. Waffle Meat's live. They received the raid pretty good last time. Like I said, Grim has been doing this Christmas special stuff, and Grim is a badass, and so I think we should raid Grim. But of course, we're going to do the pledge first. All right, hooligans, please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we did the thing. Like I said, we are going to raid Mr. Grimm over here because he is a badass. He is also a hooligan. I don't know if you guys know that. He is official. Oh my goodness, he went to take a break right now. He's missing it. Jesus loves us. Hold on. We're going to have to maneuver really quick because Grimm just walked off camera. Gal dang it. Well, that's okay. Handy is live. Grimm will be live again tomorrow, so I guess. That's too bad. That's too bad. That's how stuff goes, though. Oh, nope, this is Rotella. Hopefully, hold on. Let's see. Well, I'll write him after live. I want to know if Rotella's doing better. He was saying he wasn't feeling very good yesterday. That's okay. We're going to raid Handy. We're going to raid Handy just as well. We'll have to raid Grimm tomorrow. That's okay. Like I said, we're raiding Handy News. Go ahead and hit that like button as soon as you land. Let's get raiding, you hooligans.
There's about to be a huge payout coming maybe to us. But before we talk about that, dang, I mean, I'm like, I worked on this in my head like the whole time waiting for it. And then Jeff Mack just comes in and ruins it with another raid. I am absolutely good for playing the raid video. And we've already been through your number 6 tonight, Jeff.
Welcome in, hooligans. Happy freedom.
Yes, happy freedom. So you know what? That requires a big old giant. Won't take long at all. Raid video, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it. Welcome, hooligans. And got stuck, popped the stream to raid us. You dared him to, duh. So stuck with the up and down raid.
Fantastic raid, you hooligans. Yes, very nice. Apparently, they're just getting raided up. Right after we raided them, somebody else raided them. 7 raids in a single live. That's crazy. That's crazy. Either way, we're going to read through really quick, but we are wrapping this up. We'll be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Also, President Trump is supposed to be making an announcement tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern time, I think. Maybe it's in the morning, but I think it's at night. I don't really know what to expect. I saw a video talking about it, and they said that he's going to be talking about all the great things he's done over the last 11 months and what his plans are for the future. That's supposed to be what the theme is. But I feel like every time he speaks, he tells us about all the great things he's been doing. So I'm not really sure what to expect, but I have intentions of covering it, so that's going to be a thing. Either way, we're going to read through really quick, but we are wrapping this up. Zero. Stuck is really cool. That's cool. I've never heard of them before, but yeah, they raided right after we did. Hey, thanks for being with us, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Guess I saw your comment. That's funny. Hey, thanks for being with us, Elder Zoomer. Enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you, Captain Seamus. Plus, correct. Mary Grimbus. Yeah, we're gonna have to raid Grim tomorrow. What'd you do with Klaus? I don't know what he's doing. I can hear him rustling around in the back room. Thanks for being with us, Viola. Enjoy the rest of your night. What's up, MurderCom? Happy freedom. What's up, Andrew? Happy freedom. What's up, Mr. D? Happy freedom to you. Happy freedom, Blue Crow. Happy freedom, JC. Man, yeah, you're right. All right, hooligans. It looks like we're good to go. Like I said, we'll be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. And then I have intentions to cover President Trump live. I think it's at 9 p.m. Eastern time. I think that's when it's supposed to happen. So 9 at night. I don't know exactly what the announcement's going to be, but Caroline Leavitt said in a parking lot briefing earlier today that he'd be talking about all the great things he's done in the last 11 months and what's to expect for the future. So at least it doesn't sound like it's going to be bad news, which is always good because we got enough bad news. Either way, I appreciate all of you guys being here. Thank you for helping me cover the news, and thank you for helping me make the news suck a little less. Like I said, we will be back tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Go out there. Enjoy the rest of your day. Find yourself some good food and be safe. I'm going to try and do the same. And like I said, make your way back to us tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations. Join the membership programs or purchase any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans. And I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support. And I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.